Elliott, I was trying to watch your Vlad interview, but it's under a paywall.
It's gonna cost you $5, baby. Members only.
I already gave Joe $5 to watch your interview. I'm just spending money to watch you all day.
That's how Vlad does it. Vlad has the members only thing, $5, I think $4.99, and then he rolls his things out clip by clip.
Clips, yeah.
And then after the last clip, then the full thing goes free on his
If
site.
we have Vlad on the bigger picture, I wouldn't pay to watch that episode.
Would you be there?
What does that
Would you
mean?
be there?
I'd pull up.
Would you speak?
Wait, you're anti-Vlad?
I'd speak. I'm just not a fan.
Head said he was actually going to go on Vlad next
I never
week,
said
I
that.
think. No, you said that off camera.
No, I never said
No?
I was gonna go on Vlad. I don't.
Oh,
I
he was gonna come
don't. I
to
don't
you.
participate in that platform.
Members only, baby. Members only. So you think I shouldn't have did this? Shouldn't have went on Vlad?
No,
platform?
you should not.
Okay. I received that.
Yeah, but you gotta wipe till the tissue is clean. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell does that mean? I stepped in dog shit? Did I problem? What'd I do? What I step in?
I had to get that off.
Tying in comment. He really wanted to say that on camera. That was a
That was the
comment
whole
we had
thing?
like before you came about.
Because some people don't know you
That's a
gotta
pre-
wipe till the tissue is clean, bro. It ain't just
premeditate-
when you feel like it.
Wait, say it again? Say it again?
Wipe till the tissue is clean.
Some people go till they feel like it. It's
Somebody just wipe it till they like, yeah, I'm
an
cool.
intuitive thing.
Yeah, like it ain't, that's not one of them things. That's not one of them things that's be on vibes.
But can
You
we
know
say
what I'm
something about the lovely facility we're at now that Mr. Will.I.Am runs?
Yes.
Yes.
You could actually get your little flush on your situation.
They have a bidet here.
A bidet.
West Coast.
We have bathroom bidets up in this piece, man. That's
You
how we
enjoy
do-
that?
That's how we do our production.
You enjoy that?
I do enjoy that. Make
changed
sure-
my life.
Make sure you get clean.
How you like your water pressure? How you like
Yeah.
your water pressure?
Hey, man, that's a personal matter. I don't think I want to share that.
We said we weren't going to say pause, and then we start off talking about bidets.
We were saying how pause can't die, man. Maybe it's Cameron Mason's fault. We can't get rid of pause, man. It's never
You gotta
gonna die.
introduce yourself.
My name is Elliott Wilson.
Jeremy Hecht.
I'm DJ Head. Welcome to the bigger picture.
Yeah,
here.
that's that radio.
Episode
Look
12.
At you. Look at you.
Episode 12.
So let me tell you why I'm mad at Drake. The fuck is Drake doing? What's wrong with Drake? What is he doing?
didn't like the 100
You
gigs?
just gonna go
What is
right
he
to
doing?
it.
Can he make one right move after Not Like Us? Can
I
he
thought
just
it was
do
a cool
once?
move. I thought this
No,
was.
given all the gigabyte shits, it's like, yeah, who's gonna get mad at that? I get it. Like, let me do the one thing that no one can say something bad about. Here's all this incredible behind the scenes footage of all my content, the classic records you like, and everyone wants to see the process and watch me listen to my lyrics and smoke hookah and look at 40 being the mastermind that he is. I guess you can't hate on that. I get it. But that's like a Christmas gift. Like, he should have put that shit out. If you're gonna give it to the fans, give that shit to them on Christmas, like as a gift or something. Like, and then you're doing 3 songs at the same time. So okay, what's the messaging here?
He's really
You
incompetent.
presenting me new music, right? That you stand on, and then I'm getting all your gigabytes. Like, that's a mixed message. Then the 3 songs aren't great songs. They're not fucking In My Feelings, Nonstop, and Mob Ties. And that's the kind
Mob
of shit
Ties
you
wasn't
have
a
to
great
do
song.
when you're coming back after losing a battle. That's what you did last time with Scorpion. What the fuck are you doing with these? Like, Lotto sounds better than you in one of the joints.
Damn.
Atlanta, you're running to everything you're doing is what the guy said you were gonna do. I like the singing Drake. I like the melody Drake. You run to Atlanta. Atlanta features. I know you said that's his circle and all that shit. We'll get to that. But why are you playing into every single thing the guy said to try to one up him when the content's not on the same level? These aren't bad records, but it's not a free pack of ass. But it's not, those aren't the level of the pivot post Scorpion of how to get your shit back. Nigga, I don't understand what he's doing. It's fucking heartbreaking. I'm pissed. I'm upset. I don't get it.
Hey,
I don't
let him
get
cook.
it.
Let him cook.
I
It's good.
don't get it. ISO, I'm sorry. He's John Starks in the fucking finals. Stop shooting. You remember John Starks game 7 against Houston?
Kendrick was John Stockton.
No, Starks. John Starks.
Oh, okay.
Light-skinned brother from the Knicks. Famous game, Houston Rockets, 1994 finals. Starks keeps shooting the ball, shooting 3-pointers. It's just like, it's not going in, my guy. And I get it. Everyone's telling you stand down. Everyone's telling you fall back. Everyone's telling you lay back, chill. If Drake would just go away.com, I get it. And the more they say that, you're like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going away. Fuck you. I'm not going away. I get it. And then you're going to give me a Party Next Door album? Who asked for a Party Next Door album? Who hit the request line and said, you know what I want? If you and Party would just get together and do something. Like, I don't. And then it's obviously you're going against The Weeknd. The EXO, the OVO non-signee that built EXO, right? So you're going against him. So you're still in this battle on this V20 shit that you're going to counter Weeknd's big crossover pop type R&B shit he does with you and Party. You're doubling down on Party as your guy because you couldn't sign Weeknd. And now you're going to double up against The Weeknd in some R&B pop music battle. Like after you, I don't. It's just all bad to me. I'm done. That's my first round. I do got more.
Keep going. Let it all out. This is a venting place. This
let
is a
them know how
safe
you
space.
feel, King.
This is a safe space, okay? We
I get
support
that I'm
you.
never gonna be cool with this guy again. I get it, but I'm not just even saying that for engagement. I truly do not like the moves he's making, and it bothers me. I'm upset, as he nigga said in his album. I'm upset.
Is there one thing he's done recently that you did like?
I think someone said 0 for 14. I don't even know if there's 14 things he did. I don't like anything that's happened since I heard the Hard Part 6. I don't like anything's happened since Not Like Us came. But you have to laugh that loud, man. Because it's like, and look, the record's still number 3 in the country. It's a summer anthem. You said you were going to counter with some summer vibes. I don't want to hear you in Gordo, Carnage, whatever this guy's calling himself. I don't want to hear that. I don't need Nevermind Part 2. I don't. Who asked for a Party Next Door album?
Party.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. It's too late. All these records. I guess this is the hit list.
All these records.
I don't get it, man. I mean, I get it. But I just think, I guess I'm spoiled. Like I came in the first show with a scorpion jacket, as we all know.
You are very upset.
And you have to counter what Kendrick got accomplished. You have to counter that with the level of the records that you did that took over things. Nonstop, Mob Ties, In My Feelings. That's not what the Lotto record is. The new Afro Beats tune, and you and 21 with Thug. The only line I like the line he says about Thug is his friend. He did his time. There's some moments, but it's not. It's good. It's like the Jadakiss I said. It's good, but it's not good enough. None of these records I've heard are good enough to be the records that. And here's the last thing I'll say. I don't like what I don't like. What I don't like is his place in hip hop history with these actions. Right. I think Drake is hip hop, 100% hip hop. He's not Donald Glover. He's 100% hip hop, and he's doing his place in hip hop history a disservice with these actions.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elliott Wilson.
The bigger picture. Okay, good night, everybody. And you guys feel?
Well, okay.
Hey, listen, King. I don't want none of that. Where was that energy for Sharp? No, I'm just playing. No, I'm joking.
Listen, well,
Charlamagne makes some good moves. You don't do it.
I'm joking.
What I will say is you can only be that passionate about someone you have love for.
And I think is the second greatest hip hop artist of all time.
Yeah.
Who's number 1?
He's Jay. We know this story. Hold.
Read through the list every week.
He's gonna make me put. I got one last thing.
All right, okay.
I do not think we're getting a Kendrick album. But with your actions, you're giving him more room to not do shit, to go away till next year. Because you're not delivering. I get that you're saying, hey, this guy gave you that. You see he's full of shit. He's back on hiatus. You ain't getting no album. But how you're countering that with the moves you're making aren't landing. It's not landing. So now Kendrick could take the year off. And come back February and be like, oh shit, Kendrick, thank you, Kendrick. We missed you. You won this year. You won last year. Now you're going to win this year because here's your album. Kendrick should drop an album in February. You don't have to come out even this year anymore with your West Coast album you think you're going to get. Like, you don't have to do it right now. He doesn't have to even give my album right now. That's how bad you maneuvered since the battle.
Okay. So...
Okay, that was.
Anybody got to leave?
So we know.
All
right, this is a debate show.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Okay, so
No, you good.
Did not like.
I enjoyed your deep dive Certified Cover Boy in the Gigabyte stuff. And
well, let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
So Drake dropped.
He's done a lot.
Yeah, Drake dropped a lot of bullshit, but he dropped 100 gigs
of content
for your head top.
Yes.
I appreciated that.
Yeah.
It's 100gigs.org or something like that.
Yes.
It isn't Khaled the head top. That's Khaled's shit.
Listen, I don't have nothing to do with
Khaled's
that.
the head top guy.
I don't have nothing to do with that.
This is the top. Oh, I was gonna say this is the top head, but then I had to crazy pause. So just continue. Just keep going.
Head on your head top.
Yeah, just keep going.
Pause.
Yeah, they gonna clip that.
Yeah, no.
The internet, so you finna be in a Reddit thread. But yeah, so he dropped 100 gigs of content, 3 new songs, which Elliott Wilson is very dissatisfied with.
Didn't like any of them.
Didn't like any of them. I actually appreciated the 21 Savage record. Who else is on that?
Thug.
I appreciated 21
Thug's on the
Savage.
hook. I like the line about Thug. He feels like he learned his lesson.
I didn't like that line. You know why?
You didn't like that line.
The reason why I didn't like that line is because that line encapsulates what I think Drake should be doing right now.
Which is?
Reflecting.
I literally sat on this same chair. Well, I don't know if it's the same chair because they be rotating them. But I sat right here on this stage, and I said Drake needs to hit the reset button.
Yeah.
And he needs to go back to the basics. He needs to give us some started from the bottom, some kind of like reinvention or reintroduction to himself, finding himself type vibe, right?
Yeah.
I think he did it with this. I don't think this is a misstep. The 100 gig, the songs probably a misstep. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like Blue, Green, Red, and I didn't like I'm sorry, I'm
The
just
Lotto song.
Yeah, and I didn't really care for it, right?
Yeah.
But I like the 21 Savage Thug record. It was, you know, I thought that was like, okay, this is like a Drake rap song I want to hear. But the thing about it is, I think that us getting these behind the scenes looks did give us that energy. I saw shout out to Rob Markman.
But those things didn't match, I guess. You're saying,
No,
right?
they didn't. It was random, but I think he had these songs and he's kind of like feelers out. I know we'll get to the Vultures album, but I think that's this new thing with these artists is they're kind of like putting feelers out to see what people fuck with and
It's
react.
not fully standing on it.
And that's fully standing on it,
Yeah.
right? And that was one of my criticisms early on in the back and forth was if that's your record, claim your record, like put it out. You know what I mean?
Push-ups. You said you can go back to push-ups.
Right.
Yeah.
So, to his credit, he did put the records out, and it's coming from him. He flamed up his burner account. You know what I mean? Same thing that Dot did, but I didn't necessarily get to dive all through the hard drive like Jeremy did. I'm not.
It's like how many hours, Jeremy?
I spent a lot of time.
He spent 5
I
hours the
spent
first
about
day.
5
I ripped,
hours,
when
yeah.
I was excited when I ripped a lot of things that I thought were interesting.
you-
I ripped something about him. And Young Guru responded about they were waiting for the Jay-Z verse, which is the last verse they got for Scorpion. So I thought that was a cool moment of him coming out of the studio. He's hugging his engineers. He's like, I'm going to get 2 hours sleep in case Hov calls. He's cutting the record after he does the tour with Beyonce. I thought that was dope. So when I saw it, I went to a lot of different things and tried to find moments to rip. Like the moment when he got Cameron's jackets at the Apollo and all that. But I couldn't go through the whole thing. It's like it seems exhausting.
Well, it's
like, I don't
100
know,
gigs,
Yeah.
Elliott Wilson.
That's why you have me as certified cover boy.
That's where younger men come in.
I spent too much time. I will say though, before I
much
go into
time.
this, my Drake stan like really came to the surface. Like I really remembered going through
These
these
are classic
eras
moments.
and
Yes.
loving seeing this process and going back into the mindset of like seeing him record Over My Dead Body and realizing that wasn't a sample and seeing
with
that
the woman
live.
singing. Yeah, that was
And
a dope part.
Winnipeg legend Chantel Kreviasik.
And to your point, what was dope for me in watching these moments was like, okay, he's documenting his journey.
Yeah.
And so to me, it was like, okay, it took me back to when Kanye put out the Genius on Netflix, and I got to see, was it Don C, I think, and everybody through his whole journey from literally from the college dropout all the way up until now. We didn't know that he was documenting all of this, right? Or they were documenting all of this. I think it's important to note that because there's going to be something later on in Drake's career.
It's gonna be a full documentary.
It's going to be a full.
Well, that's saying is like the fans feel like I'm going to make my own Drake documentary out of this stuff because I think right now, as we're about to tape, they took the download links
Yeah, they
off
did. Yeah,
now.
they took it off.
But in the beginning, you could download it yourself as fans. But I think it's still a mixed message. Like, what if he did that, right? This reflective thing, and did like you said, it's a real reset. He basically gives the message that he's not coming back till next year. He does the go away. He does take the time off. It's like what he doesn't want to do. That to me would connect to what that is. Like giving the 10 gigs, like reflect on who the fuck I am. Like
Well, that's what I was
you're gonna
saying.
miss me, motherfuckers, and take 6 months off and come back next year. It's like it's mixed messaging.
To me, the message was clear. It's like, this is why, like, again, salute to Rob Markman. I saw his breakdown on YouTube.
Shout out, Rob.
But I got the same sentiment that Rob got, where it was like, oh, this is why I fuck with Drake. Because I got like you said, like, oh, that's not a sample. Like, little stuff like that. Seeing how involved he is with the mixes.
Yeah.
Like, seeing how involved he
to
is
it,
with,
yeah.
like, him and 40 going back and forth. Like, no,
On
this
ad-libs, like
just
little shit,
little things that other people probably wouldn't give a fuck about. It was dope to see him being very meticulous about it and caring about the music.
Do we hear
And
that?
so-
Do we hear that care in the new music?
No. Well, so yes
You
and
hear
no.
it?
No,
sonically, do you hear it?
not this year. No, but what I'm saying is not this year. No.
CLB still.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, going back to everything, it reminded me of why I fucked with Drake as an artist.
Yeah.
And I think that was the point. That's just me being speculative. I don't know, but
I really think he had an impossible task to make a song that had impact, that did what everyone wants him to do and didn't dive into taking shots. And I think he actually did accomplish that with the 21 Thug record. Like, I think you could hear, I was listening, I'm like, I know he wanted to throw a sub here. I know he wanted to talk about...
You can take shots if the record's good.
No, but you know how it...
Kendrick's not going to necessarily jump right back out. And
but we would be up here being like, why are you talking about Kendrick? You know we would. We would be criticizing him. They criticized 21 Savage for getting at potentially Kendrick, even though he didn't.
Would they still?
I don't know. I mean,
if the record slapped, I think
yes and no.
Yeah.
Hip hop fans would be critical. The general public wouldn't care.
Yeah. We're talking about hip hop fans. They would.
The core fans.
Yeah,
they would criticize him for it.
It'd be like, why are you still talking about him and not really participating in the battle?
I still think if the record was good, they still would say that, but then still enjoy the record, and the record would be hitting and popular. Like
I don't think, but I think it was a good record. To your point, I would like him to just stand on it and release it. It feels a little bit teeter-tottery of like
Thug and Savage.
Yeah, like and I think they will. I think they will probably say like, okay, this got the best reception, let's drop it. But I did like the song.
And then what's the point of putting those records out if you're saying the next move is this Party Next Door collaborative album?
Well, and that's the other point, because we've all said take a break. I did a poll on Instagram, and I think like 70% said Drake should take some time off. But I think this showed he's really feeling the pressure to double down and be like, no, this is why you love me. This is why you love me. This is why you love me. Which is true. It worked. I'm like, yes, this is why I love you. But to your point, if he would have just said, you know what, here's something to hold you over, and messaged it that way, here's something to hold you over, remember why you love me, I'm going to go take some time off, I'll be back next year, I don't think anyone would have not respected that move.
I just think that connects with that. I think
I don't think he can say that in messaging or in text. I don't think he can say that, because then they would tear him apart like, oh, you're running and hiding because
he pushed you into hiding.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you can say that just from a rap ego standpoint.
That's fair.
So I think he's...
but don't you think he's been too active post-battle and doing these different things that aren't fully landing?
No, I think he's been too active doing bullshit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All these different songs.
Well, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
None of it's fully landing.
Yeah. If it was fully active and it was dope, and it was dope strategy and stuff like that, then no, it wouldn't be too active. But Drake has never not been active. That's the point. He's been in our face the whole time.
It bugs me out how counter it is, because all you see in the historic aspect of it is how smart he is, how smart his team is, how unified they are in making these sort of like decisions, right? And it just seems like, where's the footage of what's going on this year? Because that doesn't match the energy of what I'm feeling is going on right now.
That's not coming until another.
That's gonna come.
What's that footage look like? Because I don't feel the same like.
But the thing is, he wanted to take a break. People forget. He said, I'm taking a break. I have stomach issues. I'm done after this tour. Yes. He really doesn't want to be doing this. Like, he wanted to be on vacation, chilling, but because of this, it almost brought him back into a mode. And what 40 said...
Jeremy's mad he lost. But he thinks going away is a sign of, like, defeat.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He thinks staying active is a sign of he's still the guy.
And he would have liked to have just not been active if he could have. Like, he would have liked to be on vacation.
He would have liked to have won the battle.
And he would have.
That's not what happened. So I just don't understand. There's such a history of how
his strategy,
brilliantly strategic he and his team are, and I just don't understand how they keep misstepping in 2024, as they remind us how brilliant they moved through things in the past.
So you don't think so with this release, 100 gigs of footage? You think that it would have been a misstep without the songs? Like, if he just dropped all this footage without...
I think he's mixing all the messages, trying to have something that lands to be loved. And that's the most universal thing that no one can hate on. I'm not hating on 100 gigs. Like, this great footage that we never seen. We, as fans, want that. Fans want every little detail. They want to see him and Chubbs go to Subway. Whatever they get access to, no, it's in there. It's part of the footage, or photo at least. It's in there. I'm not trying to even take a shot.
Or even the schematic.
I'm not even trying to take a shot right here.
Together, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not even taking a shot. I'm just saying fans want all that. Fans want to see process, right? There's not enough videos. Like, everyone would love to see how their favorite record was made in the studio. Have those moments. Like, remember Wu-Tang documentary that my old partner Sasha Jenkins did? The fact that there's footage of, like, Raekwon doing Cream, you know, like in the 90s. It's just like, oh my God, there's footage of that. Like, yes, you want to see everything of this guy's process because he's such a great musician and top #2 hip-hop artist of all time in my book, as we hang on. But again, that felt like, I'm going away, enjoy this. The Lucy's feel like, I'm going to keep drawing records out and see what hits because I want to get hot again in these streets. Then you're saying the summer vibes were coming. I'm summer vibing it out. None of the summer vibes really landed. So Me and Party, yeah, enjoy that bullshit summer with Kendrick. Me and Party, when it gets a little cold, baby, we're gonna come in the fall with this R&B album, and it's just like
Do you think he's trying to please too many people at once?
He's trying to, yes, he's shooting all over the place, trying to catch heat in a bottle. It's like, is that the expression? Catch heat in a bottle or something like that? He's trying to catch
lightning in a bottle.
Lightning in a bottle. Yep. Trying to catch lightning in a bottle, and trying again. They're strategists, as we see in history. So what's going on with that squad, and why are they not making proper moves right now?
What if they think they're making the proper moves?
They absolutely think they are. But I'm here to tell them they're not, and I think many people are here to tell them that they're not. And the voices are being heard, or else something would land.
When you say land, what does that look like?
That I can't stop playing the record with him and 21 and Thug. I think it's a good record, I guess, or average to good record. But if I don't hear it 3 weeks from now, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, what happened to that record? Like, I don't.
You need a God's plan or like an actual smash.
I gave you the blue. He gave himself the blueprint. He set it on the shop. I didn't put the energy in him. I put it in me. And you got Nonstop, and you got Mob Ties, and you got these In My Feelings, and those old records are all great records.
I don't like Mob Ties that much.
That's only now because you think the guy, the Detroit brother.
That's not true.
Came with that. You didn't like it before that?
Nah, it's whatever.
It wasn't my favorite.
All right, but did you like In My Feelings and Nonstop?
Of course.
Okay, so 2 out of 3.
I still play Nonstop right now.
You put those 3 records against these new 3 records?
It's not even close.
It's 3-0, exactly.
It's not even close.
But that's the level that
we're grading him on his own curve.
He's still not taking Kendrick serious enough.
It's over.
Because I'm telling you, it's not over in his mind, because he thinks that he can get off with that and get hot again. It's disrespectful to Kendrick. It is.
You're saying he needs more of a break, more of a pause.
Pusha T got him, right? Exposed the child.
He waited a bit, right?
And then he feels like he didn't have to. He chose to not respond, right? So he feels like he could accept it. He could accept the L because I chose not to go back at you, right? In his mind, his ego, I didn't respond, but he still gave it the respect to counter and realize I got to come with something. To run this summer after losing this battle, while all the hip hop people are tearing me down and saying I lost, and I got to come with that heat and really. And I think he thinks he's coming with that heat, but it's just like if you're seeing these things on landing. It's you're turning Party Next Door's concert into your little secret show.
He turned it into OVO Fest, really.
Yeah, he turned it to OVO Fest. We all love you and love these slaps. And then an R&B. So then you're doing your R&B set, and here's rehearsal footage of Pipe Down. It sounds great. And everybody's saying, oh yeah, that's what Drake should do. He should do an MTV Unplugged and do these R&B records and have a band, and that's what he should do. It's just like, no, he's hip hop. All right, I'll stop. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm talking in circles. I just don't like the moves, and that epitomizes it to me.
Well, I think what was interesting about the R&B stuff, and so he did it, I think it was the same weekend that OVO Fest usually is in Toronto, at the same place that OVO Fest is, and Party Next Door and Friends was the title of the concert. So Drake comes out,
that's fair.
Massive roaring applause, cell phone lights up. That let me know, like, we need to stop worrying about that man. He is gonna be just fine.
He's gonna be fine.
He's gonna be fine. And the R&B stuff, to me, is a little bit interesting because yes, it's playing into the we like Drake with the melodies, but he almost is conceding like, okay, maybe I won't win in the rap world for now. I'll give you a couple loosies, but maybe I'll just cater to the things that people like. And Party Next Door is pretty much on every Drake album anyways, behind the scenes. Okay, cool. We'll bring it to the light. We'll give you an album. Maybe it's not taking it that seriously, to your point, but maybe that's okay for now.
Do you think it's an OVO a tour?
Sorry, go ahead.
Is that thing that I saw was a tour?
That was a Party Next Door show in Toronto.
They don't like us?
Oh, that I'm not sure. That was what they're saying could be the tour.
Oh, okay, because I saw that, I was like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, what do you think of that title?
They don't like us?
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys see it as a counter to Weekend?
No.
I think that there's something to that. Because we saw, especially, he's okay, let's give him the fact that even if we don't like the strategy, that he is a strategist, okay? Mm-hmm. You might not like the way he goes about it, but he thinks about things. Mm-hmm. So the Weekend shots that were on the old version of You With Me from Views were interesting that he took that off, but him and the Weekend have been going back and forth.
Oh, there's shots in the original version?
Yeah, so I'll give you guys, this is my under 2 minutes of everything I found in the 100 gigabytes, okay? And anything that's interesting we can go into. But so Too Good was originally supposed to be a song for Serena Williams, even though Rihanna was on it. Hotline Bling almost had a Future feature, and Shy Glizzy was actually a big inspiration inspiration for the tone of the record, even though no credit has been given to Drum, who basically created the song.
Well, they had a little dust up.
Yeah, but no credit has been said besides the initial title. You With Me originally had disses towards The Weeknd. He said something about OVO is the only letters we need, basically taking off the XO, but not the first time he's dissed The Weeknd. Laugh Now, Cry Later was supposed to be on CLB rather than a Lucy single. The Over My Dead Body hook was live vocals recorded by Winnipeg legend Chantal Kreviasek in a hotel room. 40 is, I got to shout out my hometown,
legend.
Winnipeg legend. 40 is the glue of this operation.
Shout out 40.
He is the most important person in OVO, in my opinion. Drake confirmed gave Kanye the melody and lyrics for the hook of Yikes, which we knew, but we saw footage of. Cameron gave Drake the go-ahead to wear his pink fur jacket, and Drake felt like he inherited Jay-Z's beef while he was wearing it. During the streaming era, Drake was listening to music on his phone to hear the mixes, which I thought was interesting, to hear what the consumer would hear. I thought that was really cool. And he is an executive producer, to your point, of every ad-lib mattered, every part of the music mattered. Drop a 50 band for the mob with the Squad lyric from Family Matters. Definitely true. He was at Area 29. There's a whole folder of footage of strippers and money. Lives his raps to some degree. He was initially going to sample Mos Def's The Panties. Boy Wonder doesn't know what Drake wants instrumentally anymore. He just sends him a bunch of different shit, and Drake picks what he likes, and he doesn't.
Those beats was crazy.
Those were crazy.
Yeah.
40 says that Drake has psychotic ambition, which is why he's where he's at, which makes sense to me. You Know How That Shit Go is actually You Know How That Should Go.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That was an Easter egg. I didn't know that one.
And then Yachty's Poland apparently inspired Drake to think more freely about music. And then the Jay-Z thing, which you got a response from Guru.
Yeah, because Young Guru jumped in and was basically saying that was
I thought that was super dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to Young Guru. Yeah.
Shout out to Guru.
If you want to, you should probably explain it though.
Yeah, he was just giving his perspective. He guess he was excited to see the footage from their perspective of, again, Scorpion is pretty much almost done. I guess the last feature is going to be Hove. They're exhausted. They're coming out the studio. Drake's hugging Noah, 40, and everybody. He's like, I'm going to take a 2-hour nap because Hove's going to cut the song. He's in Belgium, I think, or another country on the run tour with Beyonce. They have the equipment in the arena for him to cut the record. And, it's the last thing they're doing. So Guru's giving his perspective, Jay-Z's engineer, about how it was crazy that he had to get that done. And Guru was DJing an after party that night, and Jay had just did a song, did a whole tour set. To get it done that quickly, it was like the last thing submitted to Scorpion, so it's cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, even the dedication, I respect it. Like, the dedication to get that verse.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yo, like, I'm going to, 2 hours, and I need to be, because if he hits me, I need to be right here. Like, I was watching the footage. He was like, if he hits me.
If Jay hits me, ask me what I think about it.
Ask me anything. I got to be right here to hit him right back so that way I can get the verse.
And that's how he knows this is his one shot. He knows if Jay-Z hits him and he doesn't answer, he may never get that verse.
Facts.
What's your guys' favorite Drake, Jay-Z collab?
Definitely not off that.
No.
Everybody hates off that. Why y'all hate off that?
I don't think I have a favorite Jay-Z and Drake collab.
I remember when Off That came out, I was doing the day-to-day with the Rap Radar website, and Jay hit me, was like, yo, the Timberlands thing, I take it back. Timberlands is still
I was
in
going to say
style.
that's
Remember
his
that?
only
Remember
loss.
that?
Yeah, that's the only loss that he ever had is he tried to kill Timberlands, and they did
He
not
regretted
die.
it. You got to tell everybody, I bring it to
That's
Timberlands
funny.
off that. Timberlands
Was that right after the song dropped?
Yeah, and the reaction.
That's funny.
He was like, we got to put a post saying it that Jay just said Timberlands is not on the Off That list. I still love the first one.
Yeah, Light Up. That's my favorite.
Well, no,
You're talking about Paris Morton?
You know what's interesting about? I love the first two. I like the most, Light Up and then Pound Cake and
Pound
the other
Cake,
one.
yeah.
But the funny thing about Pound Cake, he told me the story that was one of the rare times.
Who told you the story?
Drake.
Drake told
Drake
you.
and Jay. No, Drake really first at the Crown when I did Drake's Crown. That Jay loved that verse so much. It was on another record off Magna Carta. He asked for that verse, so they took the lyrics that Jay did the verse and put it to a different beat. So Jay doesn't rhyme to that. Jay's not rhyming to that beat.
Oh, that
was mixed together. So it's a rare time that Jay's rapping over something that he didn't rhyme to that beat.
I wonder if he did he get clearance from Jay for that?
Yeah. He
had
charmed
to.
him. Yes, exactly.
Okay,
He charmed him.
okay.
It's the rare
Okay.
time. So he's not rapping to that beat. And I remember one time in an overseas show, I couldn't find the footage anymore. Jay kind of flubbed the lines and remember, Jay prides himself on no backing tracks. I do all my verses. And he was getting mad. He was mad, I remember, because he was fumbling those lyrics. But I was telling him, you never rap to that beat. You got to remember, like you said, you didn't rap to that beat. So you don't even remember it that way in the cadence of it. So, but that's interesting. That's a fun fact. But yeah, I enjoy both of those. Even though people used to make fun of Jay saying cake, 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 or whatever. But I still love Pound Cake, and I still love Light Up. I think those two are still the best.
Yeah, Light Up to me, I liked Pound Cake. I didn't love it. I liked it, but I loved Light Up because of how it aged, where Jay's basically, big broing Drake and saying like, they're going to come at you with this angle. They're going to try to start rap beefs. The funniest part is that him and Drake ended up going back and forth on rap records. And Jay predicted that people, like, it was just, so the age thing on that. That was
a bad time for you?
What was that time period like for Elliott Wilson? His two favorite rappers.
I told you the Mr. Drizzy. Yeah. It was that. I was trying to get them back. I got them back together. I got them to talk around the time when Drake was doing the tour with Lil Wayne, and they had a show in Queens, and then Drake came backstage and hugged me. He's like, I spoke to Hov, we're figuring it out. He was excited, like they finally had talked after because he said something disparaging in Rolling Stone. He thought it was off the record.
Jay said something.
No, Drake said something negative
about his
Hov.
art music. He said like all he has is art music. Nobody listens to that shit. Nobody can relate. But it was supposed to be off the record.
He considered it off the record. That he was critical of like Jay's musical direction and saying he didn't want to go that way with his music, and he felt it was off the record at the time. And he's never done Rolling Stone since, or any. It's also part of why he's been against mainstream media.
He took shots at them on You and the Six too. He said like, be careful around Rolling Stones and anyone who's trying to throw stones at you.
And I know Rolling Stone has tried to squash the beef through the years and stuff, but even GQ, like, it's hard to get him to do a lot of the mainstream stuff. I think that started his like distrust of media, and the whole thing. But no, I mean, I always felt it was a good time when I was cool with both my two favorite all-time hip-hop artists. But
did you put them in like a text thread and say, hey, you guys about how did you get them to
just trying to
speak?
Just encouraging them to talk to each other. That's all. I'm not Farrakhan. I didn't put the play together. Like, I'm just like
you wield the power, Elliott Wilson.
Brother Jay, please pick up and call Drizzy.
I don't. The rap world thanks you for your service.
Thank you. I'm not retiring though. I'm on 53. No. Don't start, Jeremy.
Okay, let's go there. So, we talked about.
DJ Head.
Let's get to it.
We talked about Lotto and Drake's record, and Nicki was upset with that record. But Nicki was also upset.
Shout out to Nicki Minaj, one of the GOATs.
One of the greatest. I actually might put her on my top 10 list.
I was literally going to say, I was giving this some thought that maybe Nicki's number 10, not J. Cole.
I was going back and forth.
I think my number 10 is actually, my number 10 might be a freeway tie right now. You ready for this? My number 10 is a freeway tie between Future, Nicki Minaj, and J. Cole.
That's mine too. I literally wrote it this morning.
I realized that in my mind, Cole's shaky at that 10th spot.
What's in the water at Uprocks and HipHopDX?
This is no. Okay, wait. Before we get into this, because there was a lot of comments that said we need criteria for a top 10 because we just keep throwing it all over the place. I wrote out criteria. This is for mine.
Of course you did.
Okay.
certified criteria.
No, because people take this shit serious in the comments. Okay. Overall impact on the space. Okay. A family tree that spread from them, so the impact they had on other rappers coming up. Impact on cultural conversation over the years. This isn't a lyrical list. This isn't just like what they've done bar-wise. This is album quality of bodies of work over time. Success, that has to take, album sales has to matter to some degree. Consistency over time and innovation in the space, whether or not they brought something new.
Fuck that. It's like, who's the best all time, man? Like, that's all it is.
You spent some time on that. Elliott was like, fuck that.
He said,
we're not even using that.
Well, because I have 3 different. There's a rap
we do it live.
Right? But okay, this is my 10. Ye, this is artistry and not just like if you wrote your bars. Okay, Ye, Jay-Z.
Ye's the GOAT.
Ye's my GOAT.
Vultures 2 just came out.
I liked it.
And nobody to
that. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, Ye, Jay-Z.
It dropped this weekend and barely made his noise, right?
We'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
God.
Kendrick, Wayne.
Wait. Start over.
Ye, Jay-Z, Kendrick.
Okay.
Wayne, Eminem.
Disrespecting Aubrey Graham, man. I don't like none of this right now.
Tupac, Drake, Biggie.
You have Drake at 7 or 8? The fuck you have Drake at? Forget my opening rant. You have Drake at 7?
And then my
the fuck
10
are you
is
talking
either
about,
Nicki,
Jeremy?
J. Cole, or Future.
Wait, say what?
My 10 is either Nicki, J. Cole, or Future.
All right. I mean, I don't like the order. I mean, all the right guys. So our 10 is the same 10, but it's just in a different order.
Different order?
Yo.
I guess so.
Is it?
So artistry, why you got Drake at 7?
Because you don't like this whack ass shit he's doing in 2024. Look how you move
Is
it
this
down your
recency
list.
bias?
There's no way Drake was number 7 on your list before this battle with Kendrick Lamar. There's no way. So you're as mad at him as I am. You put him in 7?
I love this.
7.
This is amazing.
He had to be at least top 5.
Hey, you're
before this
literally
battle.
Canadian.
And you're literally today from Toronto, right? Is he from Toronto?
They get at me for either not being having a Canadian bias or not being Canadian enough. I can't win.
Or not. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Well, let's just say Drake is somewhere between 7 and 3.
Jeremy?
I'm gonna keep him at 7.
Was Drake top 5 at least before this battle with Kendrick Lamar this year?
Well, so this is
probably
different.
had him at 2 or 3.
My favorite 5
God
is,
damn it.
is
Answer
Kanye,
his question.
Drake, Big
Hey,
Sean,
that's my
Kendrick, and
question.
J. Cole. That's so
Okay.
favorite. Yeah, he's up
Floyd Mayweather. Answer his question.
there. Yeah.
Where was Drake on the list before the Kendrick Lamar battle?
I probably would have had him at. I don't know. He might have been in my top 3. He might have been in my top 3.
He was in your top 3.
So he fell 4 slots in
And Elliott's
2020.
mad at the moves.
in 2024?
Elliott's mad at Condom Delilah.
Okay, go again.
This is recency
Hold
bias.
on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me
Wonderland.
hold
Okay.
on. Let me get
Okay.
this straight.
Okay.
You said Ye,
Yeah.
J,
Yeah.
Dot,
Yeah. Wayne.
Wayne.
He was probably above M. But this
You
year's
like Lil Wayne's newer stuff, and
features. What
you're
do you-
basing this off features.
No, I'm basing this off everything. But Wayne created Drake, so we got to give him some credit for
Wayne
that.
didn't create Drake. He
He
God
said,
damn.
Drake said.
he got a whole father who's a nigga.
No, but
Weezy
Drake
Ju-
said.
Drake's not remember told himself Weezy Jr.
Drake said I
Weezy
would never
Jr.
do. He said this man changed my life. I owe my
Birdman
entire life
Jr.
to
Weezy
him.
Jr. He's not.
I'm not
father.
disrespecting. This isn't disrespecting Drake. I literally think Drake is one of the greatest to
Yeah,
ever.
number
Put him in
7
7.
greatest.
Yeah, that's it. But
If you're not top 5, you're not in the game, man. He's not in your starting lineup of goats. He's like number 7. He's
He's
coming off
saying
the
that
bench.
because of the complex list.
Yes, he's coming off the bench. Yes, because
bench
when I
is
was
active.
when I was number 8, I was mad. You put me in number 5, I shut the fuck up. I'm the
You
starting
didn't shut
lineup.
the fuck up.
No, I did. I said I'm good with 5. I like being 5. I mean, I don't like being 5. I like to be number
Shut
1,
up
but
about the
I'll
list,
take 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, one more time. Jay-Z, Drake.
okay,
They go
Jay-Z, Drake,
Oh, they gonna
Kendrick.
eat your ass up.
Jay-Z, Drake, Kendrick, Nas, Eminem, Biggie, Pac, Lil Wayne, Kanye, and the freeway tie for 10 is J. Cole, Future, and Nicki Minaj.
so we have the same list, just different order.
Yes.
Okay. Would you add anyone to that list? I know you don't have to make a whole list because you.
He still got.
Is there
He
anyone
still got.
that's-
No, his top 3 is still Jay, Kendrick, and Drake.
I think we should add A-Rap from SOD Money Gang.
Shout out to A-Rap Money. A-Rap Music. Sorry, A-Rap Music.
Yeah. Anyway,
No, his top 3 is still Hove, Kendrick, and Drake. So Drake hasn't gone off your number 3 slot because of these bad slaps of 2024,
no, I think people make mistakes. I have Grace, unlike Jeremy Hecht.
right?
Yeah.
Grace?
Yeah, you don't have any
Maybe
Grace.
Jeremy's the
Grace.
biggest Drake fan more than me, and is so
I'm just
disappointed.
hurt so much, yeah. It's-
What do you heard about?
In this battle?
Yeah.
In general, what do you in 2024? How has Drake hurt you?
I don't want to
Because
get
the
into
Drake
it.
stands are
Just
in a
give me-
fren-
just give me the
Drake
Twitter
stands
version.
are in a frenzy, right? It's social media. The Drake stands are in a frenzy.
In 2024, Jeremy Hecht, how has Drake hurt you?
Who hurt you?
I'd like to keep it about the music.
What the fuck are you
I'm
talking
just
about?
saying, I'd like to keep it about the music. What hurts me is my perception of Drake based on things I'm hearing, which I cannot confirm or deny.
Oh,
But that hurts me
okay,
because
got you.
I look at this man with such reverence.
Oh, you
I
talking about
literally looked
the-
up to him. But if we're just talking
So you're
music,
about the accusations.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you talking about
Wow.
accusations?
I'm not
So
saying
did
those
he
are
fall
true.
slots according to the accusations as well?
He fell slots in my stand. That's what made me stop being a stan.
Wow. So Kendrick was effective. This little,
No, before
this little
Kendrick.
evil man.
Before
this
Kendrick.
little evil man was
Before
effective with his
Kendrick.
actions.
So 3 years before Kendrick.
Huh? Oh, the certified cover boy research.
Oh,
But again, I'm not saying that those are true. I'm not. I don't want to get into.
Let's
that.
leave it
All
there.
so
I'm
is
saying
Jeremy
is,
Hecht BK
what does that mean?
before Kendrick?
Yeah, this was BK. This is BK.
Let's step out of that.
Okay, but musically,
Yeah.
I probably still, I might have him top 5. I'm yeah, but he's always up there. Like, yeah.
But it's always about. I mean, we're going to get to Kanye. We keep teasing, yay. But it goes back to that how you view the character of somebody, the person, right, compared to the art.
And Ye's fallen
Yeah.
for me too. There's been times where I can't look at Ye the same.
Because his character. That's what I'm saying. It does affect the music, right? You know,
He's done
obviously.
stuff, but
So-
I want to talk about this Nicki Minaj.
yeah,
shit.
let's get to it.
Why do you want to talk about it, DJ?
Because I find it very interesting.
You find it interesting when anyone has a conflict with you.
No, I just think it's Elliott Wilson cannot stay out of.
I didn't even do anything. Did I?
Like, what is it? Okay, tell me this.
Academics said that. Why does everybody hate me right now? Everybody hates Elliott Wilson.
You know, but
Okay. Now, y'all might have not got that. Yo, listen, I want to know why everybody hate Elliott Wilson, man. This has to be studied. So this was about Elliott Wilson. Elliott Wilson, ironically, is 53, okay? Recently, we've seen Charlamagne get at him, Drake got at him, and now Nicki Minaj, basically in a roundabout way, is getting at him. And I don't know, man. I'm wondering why everybody hates Elliott Wilson so bad. And I'm wondering if it's a few things. Is it because of his age or is it because of his actions? You know, again, I think Elliott's kind of doing what a lot of other people are doing in media. So I don't know if it's his age. Nah, she ain't talking about Joe. She's not talking about Joe. Somebody said she talking about parables. Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know why people hate Elliott Wilson. I think he's doing what the majority of media personalities are doing. One thing I'll say is that it's clearly working. You know, one thing I say about artists is that artists hope to control the media or control the thoughts of the media. And when you get artists upset at you, as long as you're not operating in bad faith, you're probably doing something right, or you're operating and giving your thoughts in a very non-biased or let me not say non-biased, but you're down to go against the grain, right? Now, I think Elliott's a little bit different because Elliott, you know, and I think this is why he's been getting dragged by a lot of people. Elliott Wilson, Nicki Minaj. Yeah, he did an interview with these people. Okay, maybe that makes sense. Didn't they do a crown together? Oh, they did. Okay, now it's making a little bit more sense. I think what's going on with Elliott is that a lot of the artists, like for example, I've never gotten a Nicki interview. Of course I would interview Nicki. Never got a Drake interview. Of course I didn't interview Drake. Like Elliott's got those interviews, and I think people feel like he's regressed. Like, you know, he went from, you know, people like me, I had to come up talking about the artist because the niggas ain't want to talk to me, right? Either I was irrelevant at the time, or they were like, who is this nigga? You get what I'm saying? Or didn't like what I said. I made that a thing for me, where I'm like, yo, listen, I actually now at this point, to be honest, in 2024, I'd rather talk about you than to you, all right? Because, I like when people don't clear shit up. I'll set the narrative. You feel what I'm saying? However, I think with Elliott, they looked at him like someone they respected, that the someone who was like a great journalist that would talk to them, and they feel like he's like now, I hate to use the word regressed, but they feel like now he's in like the lane of like gossiping. That's the only way I could size it up, because I can't tell why they all mad at him. You get what I mean? But I think these people look at it like, yo, I gave an interview. I did an interview with you back in the day. Like, yo, what's going on? Now I don't know what Elliott Wilson necessarily has said about Nicki Minaj recently, or what he's posted about her. However, you know, it's interesting to see how he'll kind of take this and run with it. You know, shit. I think he's in his villain arc. I think Drake said something about him. He went crazy on Drake. And listen, yo, Elliott reminds me of me when Big Act had to come out. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm academics. That's me. But Big Act had to come out when everybody was playing with me.
And they're scared to go at Big Act. Nobody's just academics anymore.
That's not true. People go at Big Act. It is
not as much.
Saucy Santana went out.
Maybe you're an easier target.
Saucy once.
Maybe you should
can't mess with Saucy.
Maybe you should feel disrespected because they feel like you're an easier target than academics.
I think they do. Yes.
Okay.
I do feel disrespected.
Why do they feel? Why do you think that people feel like you're an easier target than
Because
academics?
my age is 53, as people keep reminding me. And I guess they think I'm supposed to, like Drake, retire, fall back. There he is.
Oh,
Look at that.
shit.
She was very specific.
I hate y'all.
For those of you guys who don't know what is going on, Nicki Minaj had it was a stream, and she was very specific with her reference. She said, let's just say hypothetically, you're...
No, you have to say it like her.
Barbs.
Let's just say.
Hypothetically. You're 53 years old. And you're
I hate
still
y'all.
on the
I hate this
internet.
show.
Is this black voice?
I hate y'all.
Is he doing black
No.
voice?
Black grandma
but
voice?
You mean to
Lucille
tell me
Wilson?
I went through an entire 99 song list just to come here today
99
and
songs.
have this?
Hey,
Have this accusation?
That's black voice. But go ahead. Go off, King.
So she also said that Elliott should be somewhere on a yacht, fishing in the woods, and really enjoying his life.
But we're not talking about them. We're not talking about them. They gonna learn that. But we talking about someone, if someone were the age of, let's say, 53, right? Do you think they should be messy on the internet? Or do you think, and if they have to be messy on the internet in order to get their coin, don't you feel bad that they didn't get enough coin before they turned that age?
So I think, should we give him
Let's do
a
it.
gift? We want to.
Oh, no. Seriously, I hate these
No,
guys.
we want to invite you,
It's a
Elliott.
hijinks. man.
If you would like to take some time off,
Here,
What are
bait
we
the
inside the NBA and
Yeah.
shit? What the fuck is this shit?
you
Bait the
can go
hook.
fishing
Oh,
and you
man,
can
I
take
hate
some
y'all.
time
Bait
to
the
be in
hook.
the woods. We even have our
little
fishing
set?
gear,
Certified
You know what I'm
fisherman.
saying?
depending on
Let me throw this.
if you want to have a.
I hate this
This
show.
is from Lake Tahoe. We could
know what
book
I'm
you a
Jeremiah, quit. This is
reservation.
it for me.
So look, this is what we're gonna do, Elliott Wilson.
Just because I took this job with Uprocks, this is what my
You know what I'm
life's
saying?
become.
Put his 53 shit up again. You know what I'm saying? Because we should be doing age appropriate things here at the bigger picture.
Where's my newspaper?
Yeah.
Someone hand me my newspaper.
And you know what?
Immediately.
And you know what, Jared? His chair doesn't rock.
A
I need a
rocking
rocket
chair.
chair. Yeah, next
You
week.
know?
Yo, can I get a rocket chair next week? I want a rocket next episode. I'm in a rocket chair.
The best thing is we'll have portable Wi-Fi so you can still get your posts off while we're
You can
fishing.
You can still talk your shit.
Yeah, you can
hate
still.
I hate y'all.
He like, yeah, so this is where
I
I'm at in the
I
game.
challenge
Find
the-
number 5
okay.
on the complex list, and this is where you at.
Playtime's over. I challenge the Barbs and Certified Cover Boy and any little internet detective. Where in the fuck have I dissed Nicki Minaj
I was gonna
since
ask you.
December with the hip hop journalism photo with Kai Cenat, where I apologize to Kai Cenat and apologize to her. Besides that, taking that photo from her moment with the family, the Cenat family, and saying hip hop journalism and offending her that way, what have I done since December against Nicki Minaj? Why is she dissing me to her Barbs, her fan base, her insane fan base?
Shout out to the Barbs.
Well, what did you
Speaking in
say?
this,
What did you
speaking
say?
in this
Insanely cool
cryptic way
and
about
good,
how
and I love them.
she's built in her mind that I'm on the internet or social media doing negative things towards her. First of all, she blocked me on Twitter, so she don't know what the fuck I'm doing on Twitter.
That's not true. You know that's not how it works.
Well, yeah, the Barbs are keeping her informed, but I'm
Okay.
saying the Barbs, where's the receipts from the Barbs? I haven't done anything to her.
What did you say?
So why now? How many months later? This was in December. We're in August, right? We're in August now, so that's what, 9 months, 8 months later? 9 months
Yeah,
later?
but what did you say in reference to the Kai Cenat situation that would make
I
that
put
would
a
trick?
photo of her twerking in front of the family, and I wrote hip hop journalism, as everybody knows. It's still on the internet.
Okay.
And then I took it down.
Why you take it
lives
down?
forever? Because I regretted doing it.
So then you know why what you know.
No, but she's saying that I'm continually on the internet, social media, doing things to try to sabotage her career. That's what she's saying to her.
I have a
That's what
theory.
she's playing to her Barbs. She's playing to them that I'm consistently on against her, and I've done nothing against her. There's no action other than that action. There's no proof.
I have a theory, but it takes me
I'll tell you what the
stepping into. Oh, you go first if you actually.
Well, one theory she has is that me and Jay-Z are friends, which we are, and I'm Rock Nation affiliate, so we've helped build Meg Thee Stallion into a rival of hers. Like we're and I'm the social media mastermind that's part of the
So
whole
you put
team.
You were
Tory
in the
away.
campaign.
I'm in the campaign. Meanwhile, if you go to my feed, I don't post even Meg that much. I post probably Ice Spice more than I post Meg. But she's got a problem with Ice Spice too. So maybe Ice Spice love is there. And then I've always said I love Cardi B, and you can't love Cardi B and love Nicki. And that's always my position. I think Nicki's the GOAT, And for a long time, I felt Cardi was the best currently at that time,
Yes.
right? And I've said that. So I get that part, but anything specifically negative towards Nicki from me has not happened since that one incident in December. So why randomly do I wake up yesterday, and she's doing her station head secret society radio meeting with her barbs, a council meeting, speaking cryptically about things where she always disses people you don't know what she's about, but then she says 53 years old, which makes it clear she's talking about me. And then why is everybody on my dick about my age and shit? Pause. Like, why is ageism shit? Like, I'm 50 motherfucking free. God bless. You should be thanking me that I lived that long and I fucking am the man and I still am. And I'm that nigga. So what is the problem? Like, what is this 50 free fascination? And then you got people in their 40s. You got people in their 40s trying to clown me for being in my 50s. Nigga, you're old too.
Yeah.
Kai Cenat is calling you uncle and auntie too. You ain't young. You in the old section with me, my nigga. Like, what are you talking about? Sorry, I said the N-word too much, but I'm trying to get Jeremy on board. But
I'm on board.
I'm just again. This is my frustrated episode. I guess I have to get over my frustrations. Actually, I did speak to my therapist 30 minutes before, but I still have frustrations.
What did you say?
That if I go to sleep at night and I think that that's still my truth, then I have to deal with what comes with me saying how I feel about things. Again, for the record, I don't troll. Anything I say, I really fucking believe. Right or wrong. At the time. And I also am not afraid to apologize.
Yeah,
and I don't think apologizing is soft. I know hip hop tries to clown apologies. Apology is an accountability.
Yes.
And what I'm looking at is a situation. So what I said, so there's two examples. I don't know why I'm isolated today so much. So the Drake situation. He does the Bobby thing. I think it looks whack. I see it immediately. I'm like, this is some outsider culture shit. I don't like it. I air him out on Twitter and say it. So he does the sold out show. Like he was in Canada maybe doing a show. He brings Cole out. It's a victory moment. They do the show. And then the internet thinks this is an amazing moment. I think it was the first time he brought Cole out in a while before they got together and did the whole tour together. And then he gets off backstage and he's ferociously texting me, threatening me. He's mad. He's heated. I'm like, why is he so mad? I get that he don't like that I said that. But he's mad at me. He's threatening me and blah, blah, blah. And I get the call. I can't come to the New York show. There was a show in New York a couple days after. It was going to come up a couple days later. And I was disinvited to that and pretty much known that I wasn't welcome. You know, I'm always getting a threatening, not welcome call. So then I looked at the situation. I said, you know what? What's my accountability here? I think it is wrong when I think about it, right? Because the part where it's wrong is Drake doesn't fuck with a lot of people in media. Nobody has more Drake interviews than me. My biggest interviews with him. I was invited to his home. I have all this access, this incredible relationship with him. If I had a problem with something he was doing and not even give him the heads up that I thought it was wrong and then going to the public, I could see him being offended. So if it was Jay-Z, I would probably give him more grace and talk to him on the side about my problem with it before I tell the world my problem with it. So I apologize to him directly on that. But again, my apologies don't mean all of a sudden I'm kiss and make up. As you see, we're not good now, but I'm accountable that way. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. I apologize because I thought the Kai Cenat thing, I stepped over the line, and I apologize to Kai. But my apologies don't make me cool with them. Drake still don't fuck with me, and Nicki don't still fuck with me. So accountability is what I'm on. So I can understand what I did wrong and what I did right, and I can sleep well at night. I don't understand Nicki building in her mind that I'm on some crusade against her when there's nothing that the Barbs or anybody can prove that states that. It's all there in the internet. What
I think
have
it's
I done?
speculation based around like what you said. Like it could be the Meg shit, maybe. Yeah. I don't know, because I don't really follow that narrative a lot. Mm-hmm. But I definitely have seen Nicki hold grudges for years. Yeah, you know what I mean. And so
that's fine. If she's still mad about the hip hop journalism,
8 months removed from
Kai shit,
right?
Yeah, that's fine.
6 months removed from that, then I could see that being a thing.
But I would own that. That's what I'm saying. If she's still upset about that, what happened in December.
But then also you say you apologize.
I own that.
You apologize to Kai, not her though.
Not her. No.
Right. So is there a reason for that?
Because I feel this has been a miscommunication with us. When she talked to her fans, she's all because again she was because let's be honest, because she cut those videos talking to me crazy, like disrespected me, and took it to another level of disrespect.
And what was that?
When I've
after?
never done that to her, huh?
What was that directly after that, or when did she?
Directly after that.
Yeah, okay.
But then also you can't just. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
Right? You also can't tell someone how to react to what you do, even if you regret doing it. Does that make sense?
No, and that's fine.
Right. So
but nothing's happened since. It's not.
No. But what I'm saying is, you said you posted what you posted, right, about the Kai Cenat stream.
She aired me out.
You then apologized to Kai, not to her.
I was specific about that.
Specific.
Yes.
She raised the stakes. She went up a notch, right, to where you felt she went to another level.
Yeah.
Okay. So at that point, it would now the balls in your court at this point to then reconcile the situation if that's what you wanted to do. No.
I guess so, but I feel like I can't talk to her. There's no direct line. Like, she went through different management now. It's like you have to deal directly with her, and she wasn't being receptive. There was a time where we could DM and talk to each other and communicate. She shut that off before the Kai Cenat situation. So I don't have a direct line to her. But again, I agree with what you're saying. I probably could have done more if I wanted to reconcile it.
Right.
I know what I'm not doing is I'm not doing negative things towards her continually.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Nothing's happened since December.
But I'm saying if the sentiment is, hey, I don't know where you're getting this narrative from, that would be something that would be communicated to her.
Okay. So I'm saying it here. I don't know where she's getting that from, and I would love to have a conversation because I'm not doing things negative towards you. I own up to the Kai Cenat situation, and because you were disrespectful to me, I didn't feel like I wanted to apologize to you. My feelings were hurt, so I didn't like that shit. You're talking about the D's and me and Jay-Z, and it just was fucking gross and crass and over the line. When I've never done anything to her except be positive and do these 2 amazing interviews with her and have a good rapport with her through the years and say I think she's the greatest female rapper of all time.
So I have a theory that I'm not sure if this is going too deep into Nicki's hypothetical mind, but I could see, based on our last conversation when we were talking about hottest female rapper in the game, I could see, because it came, this was a recent thing that she said, I could see her looking at us sitting up here and going, who's the hottest in the game? And we mentioned Lotto and we mentioned Ice Spice.
Well, I said Glorilla. We're fighting over Glorilla and Sexy Red.
And even though we did somewhere in that conversation say Nicki's still the biggest, I think you said then we all agreed.
Yep.
I could see her seeing a clip and being like, oh, now I'm just not even mentioned. I just sold out a tour.
Fair.
So if I went into her hypothetical.
For the record, she's not a hot MC. When we say hot, we'd be more like currently who's in the mix right now. She put a record out last year. She won an amazing tour that sold out all over the place.
All over the. Yeah.
I've given it props. I posted a lot from the tour when she was on the tour. So she's not active right now, but no, she came back. I said for the record, I thought for a long time she was the GOAT, and Cardi with Invasion of Privacy is the last classic album, last classic female rap album that's happened in the culture. And I felt that record was better than Nicki's album, Queen, and Cardi was the best currently. Then when she came back with the last album, Pink Friday 2, I felt like she was now the best again. Cardi's singles weren't really landing the same way. And I said that now Nicki's the GOAT and she's the current best right now. Yeah. She's just not current right now. Yeah. So that's why we're not calling the conversation now about that. But what she did was come back and claim her spot. So I think she solidified her spot to me of being the GOAT, which is above Lil' Kim, Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott. Like all these people, she wouldn't even say with her arrogance that she's greater than. I'm saying it. So it's crazy how I think she's the GOAT, and I've said it more than any male hip-hop journalist out there and stood on it, and she has a problem with me and is building a narrative that I'm trying to tear her down constantly. I guess she can feel snubbed if we're doing a hot MC female and don't mention her, but I'm definitely not kicking her back in. So there's miscommunication.
No, that makes sense, and I can see her taking those things because you gotta understand when you don't have communication with somebody, you build a narrative in your head,
and then you see something,
and then you keep seeing like little things where it's like, oh, he purposely left me out of that conversation, and then there's a narrative that gets construed, and then you got people in your ear, and then you have a fan base to go to. But I think that I don't know. I think. Me personally, based on how I've seen Cardi and go back and forth with Joe and how I've seen you interact with people who you've had discourse with, I think there would be a communication that could be had where, she would understand coming from your mouth, hey, there's no plot against you, bro. Like, it's just, I'm just calling it like I see it. You know what I mean? No malicious intent.
Yeah. And so you did not get Meg on stage with Kamala. That wasn't you. that was,
you better twerk, girl.
No. That was
twerk for our country.
Wait, last question. Are you cool with Tyga? Because then if not, you'd have the entire Young Money against you right now, and that would be
that's not true. Lil Twist probably fuck with him.
Yeah, Lil Twist. Yeah, you're right.
She said I gotta close Wayne Carter. Squashes.
Yeah,
Weezy's children are after me.
You did just do a Lil Wayne list, so that could help.
Man, I gotta get Weezy to help me get Birdman. I'll call Birdman. See if he can help.
Shout out to the Barbs. I just want to say, where's this guy?
You don't want no smoke with the Barbs.
Barbs.
Oh wait, where's my tweet? Where's my tweet that I did
best
against the
fan base
Barbs?
in the
Can I
world.
get that off before we get out of the Nicki segment?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll say it after you say
think
this.
was a good one?
Tell the Barbs.
DJ Head, can you read this one, please?
Yes, Elliott Wilson, at Elliott Wilson, 2 T's. Tell the Barbs I gave them 2, quote unquote, capital, 2 classic
Ghosts.
live on Nika convos. Your Hero, My Stage, Somebody Scream, hashtag Crown, and this the motherfucking thanks I get.
West Coast.
Ha.
Ice Cube,
Go.
Dr. Dre, West Coast.
Okay. This is
They're gonna review my tweet. Oh, no,
this is why you be getting in this
doesn't
shit.
How many
help.
mics?
What you mean?
Because I'm not scared of the Barbs. I'm scared of them, but still, I gotta say my shit. I'm scared of them, but shit, fuck it. I'm
What do you-
standing on
You
business.
literally, I remember when you started your social accounts over.
Instagram, I did.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And bro,
They're gonna shut me down.
hey,
All I'm saying is,
Go ahead.
I love you, Barbs.
Oh God,
I think the greatest fan base in hip hop
Drake
history.
number 7,
No one has stood
motherfucker.
by their person like you guys have, Nicki, and I could only hope
That's
for
not true.
loyalty in my life like you guys have for
that's
the
not
queen.
true.
Who?
It's just that this fan base is not on the internet like that, but the Juggalos is
The
different.
Juggalos are a wild fan base too. Yeah.
Don't sleep. But
That's why I got my shoes on
the,
today.
hey, the Barbs, yeah, but the Juggalos, that's different. I ain't never seen no shit like that. But anyway, let's talk about Vultures.
I'm just saying that the live experience, like we know how crazy her fan base is. Like she's done 2 iconic interviews with me. We're in front of the bar. I'm literally in front of the Barbs and
Yeah.
creating these magic moments. And it's like
For
you're gonna be one-sided hate on me when you can't even prove things that I did negative against your leader. Like I didn't do nothing to her, other than the Casanat moment. So I don't understand. Like
You can't say
I
that,
gave
though.
you these great moments and you interacting with her directly and my things I created, 2 historic moments, and it's like,
Okay.
who else has done that for you?
I have a perspective.
Her talking to you on the phone, like
I have a perspective. Elliott Wilson.
yes,
From your own vantage point, you're saying this is all I did, right? But then also you that's not necessarily taking accountability fully.
okay, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if you can't say, man, all I did was make Jeremy say nigga on camera.
Which didn't happen.
Yeah.
And there's that actually.
You know what I'm saying?
this
It'll
is
never
a
happen.
That's
hypothetical
all
that
I
isn't
did.
gonna happen.
You can't say that because that's not fully taking accountability
Okay.
for how the person received said action.
Yeah, it could be looked at as betrayal, right? At the
Okay.
end of the day, we had these great moments. We did these interviews.
So you can't say all I did was a Kai Cenat thing. I took it back and I apologize. Get over it. That's not how accountability works. I'm just saying.
I can apologize. All right, I apologize to Nicki Minaj about the Casanat situation. I handled that wrong.
All right.
So I apologize, Casanat. I didn't apologize to Nicki. Maybe that was wrong. I apologize to Nicki Minaj for that, for the Casanat situation. I shouldn't have been jumping out like that. It was wrong. That action was wrong.
Speaking of accountability,
Yes.
there's a white man by the name of Parks.
Oh yes.
Yes. You owe him an
Yes.
apology, Mr.
I don't owe
Deadhead.
him an apology.
Parks on the boards, man.
I don't owe him an apology
Okay.
because I'm ignorant.
Oh, you didn't know about him? You did not know about Brother Parks?
I knew about him, but I was ignorant in the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
You're having a good
Got
time.
caught up in the moment.
I didn't get caught up in the moment. I was ignorant in the moment.
Okay.
You're trying to rob me of my non-accountability.
Okay, sorry. Continue. Sorry.
I'm
So
ignorant.
it's
I'm
apology,
pleading insanity.
accountability
Okay,
time.
okay, continue.
I'm pleading
continue,
insanity.
continue.
I was ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
Meaning-
tell me what we're referring to.
So last episode, I was taunting the Joe Budden Podcast because our white boy, certified cover boy, what is
He
that?
has a name.
Yeah,
Jeremy
on my shirt
Hecht is his
today
name.
it says a likable white boy. I don't know
Likeable
if you
white
can see
boy.
on the,
So our certified cover boy, Jeremy Hecht, be doing these deep dives and they're great. And we also had him doing the 99 nigga list.
I didn't say any of the. For those who didn't see, we can put the clip. I didn't say any.
No,
of
don't
those
put the
words.
clip. Let people just
No, we don't need
run
to let
wild
people,
with
no,
their
we don't need to
99
let people.
Like Kev. Yeah.
So we did the 99 nigga clip. Brought to you by Jeremy Hecht and Co.
This is the playlist 99 songs by
99 what?
Elliott Wilson. 99 songs.
You can't say N-word.
So the first
N-word?
song
You
is
say N-word. No?
the first song is Ain't No.
No, that's alphabetical order. That's what it was. when
Oh
we did
yeah.
this,
So this is just alphabetical.
Yeah, alphabetical.
Then All These Crazy. Then we have A Lotta. Then we have Another in the Morgue. This one I don't even want. Another Wild from the Bronx.
This shit is amazing goddamn content. Hey, you don't got a Caucasian on your show, Joe. Get you a Caucasian.
We got the
rid of
best
him. We got rid of
Caucasian
him.
in the game.
You got rid of him.
You got
Wearing
rid
our
of your
chain.
Caucasian, Joe. You ain't got moments like this.
We got the hottest Caucasian in the game.
Maul, you misplaying your hand by not having Rory participate in this kind of
Rory's
shit.
a great white man.
West
Very
Coast. And I was saying that, Joe Budden needs a Caucasian on their show.
Yes.
They have a Caucasian on their show. But I was ignorant in the moment.
Their Caucasian is if Drake is Joe Budden is Drake, Parks is 40.
Yeah,
Parks,
he's on the boards.
He's the engineer. That's why the podcast sounds amazing.
At Joe Budden, our white guy is Grammy nominated. Let's all simmer down now, okay?
Amazing engineer, producer. He's worked with Premiere all
Of course.
these years.
classic Joe
Shout out
Budden
Parks,
response.
man.
Shout out to Parks, too.
He's a great Caucasian, too. Rory's still a great Caucasian, but he's a great Caucasian also.
I appreciate great Caucasians in the space. You know what I'm saying? Especially when
we need more.
We need more great Caucasians in the space. We need more diversified platforms for Elliott Wilson to go sit down at those platforms.
Oh, it's a shot at Vlad again?
I didn't take no shots.
He came around the corner. Woo.
What are you talking about?
No, I keep.
And then dropped the burner like, woo.
I still think we're gonna see the DJ Head Vlad link up. Wait, hold up. I need to also apologize to Parks because that's my OG. That's
What you mean?
He's the OG in the space of being
A COG? Caucasian OG?
Yeah, COG, a Caucasian OG
A cog?
that has been in the space for however many episodes, almost 1,000 episodes. And Parks, I made you a second likable white
There
boy
we go.
shirt. You can tell Joe, the other likable white boy from that other show, gave it to you, but I have an extra for you.
Parks.
And Parks, I
Yeah,
want to apologize.
there we go, Parks.
I DM'd Parks and asked him what his favorite N-word songs were. He didn't hit me back.
He didn't answer.
I apologize for sending that
That's
DM
a
to you, Parks.
crazy
Bro,
intro.
Elliott, you cannot keep doing shit and then apologizing.
Accountability.
No, it don't work like that. You can't DM Parks and be like, yeah, what's your favorite nigga song, my nigga? And then be like, you know what, my
N-word.
bad, Parks.
I said N-word. I said N-word. I didn't say the N.G. I said N-word.
Bro, Elliott is a serial offender and apologize. It's crazy.
You know,
So
it's
maybe besides therapy, I might need to go to church.
West Coast.
Okay.
church and therapy. Shout out to God.
Church in a while.
So, speaking of Jesus
Look at Parks.
being
Look
king,
at Parks, man.
Jesus being king.
this next artist is somebody who never apologizes, has done a lot that maybe people think
Very
he should apologize for,
unapologetically
but
himself.
unapologetically himself. Vultures 2,
Yay.
Ye and Ty Dolla $ign.
Dollar sign.
There were mixed reviews online. I know you heard some of the album early. You talked to
There's a lot of
Ty,
it early.
a lot of it early. But what did you guys think of Vultures?
I didn't get that
2?
album leaked too. I saw a narrative trying
Bootleg
to be
head?
Nah. I saw a narrative that they was trying to form, like, oh, Head got the album leaked. Like, no, that's not my brand. I don't get people's album leaked.
Ty Dolla said, hit the streets, head.
Nah,
Said that to
I
the
didn't get Big
streets.
Sean's album leak. I didn't have nothing to do with this Ty leak. But yeah, the Vultures 2 album, I actually enjoyed most of it. There was a song on there. It was called, I wrote the song down because I wanted to shout it out on the Vultures 2 album. And it was Skyview. That was my favorite song on the project. Skyview. They had a sample in there from the five stair steps, like the Ooh Child.
Let me get my phone to see what my
That was
Vultures 2 review
was
looks like.
the one where it was kind of the Thugs Mansion-esque song with
Thugs Mansion-esque. It was another song on there that I liked too. I mean, I like Promotion. That was
Promotion
like
is great.
I guess if you had to pick a single off of the project, that's the one that
Promotion
like
is fire.
everybody's kind of rallying around.
Yeah,
and-
you guys are irritating me right now. But
Okay,
I'm
wait.
gonna let you keep going.
Can I be positive and then you can go at it?
Yeah,
Yes.
you could be
Okay.
curmudgeon later.
Okay.
But listen,
Because y'all on some bullshit right now.
No,
I
we-
liked Promotion and I liked Skyview. Those are the two songs I liked. The rest of it was whatever to me. I was just like, okay, these are songs.
Well, my
you
thing
sounded
is,
more beat about it before. Now you kind of downgrading it to average. You
I'm
came
not
in
down.
like,
No, I said it was like I wanted to get to the song that I liked, but
Okay.
I think the album was cool. Like it wasn't like I saw people tearing it apart. It wasn't terrible. Like the Ye album was a Jesus is King.
Yeah.
This is way better than that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give it. You got to look at people's work, right? So if you look at, obviously it's not College Dropout. It's not My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's not those. It's not the magnus opus of his catalog, but it's also a new venture. Like the Vultures is like the second iteration. You know what I mean? It's not like they have a long history of album releases together. They've been doing music together forever, but this is their second time out at doing music on this level where it's a combined
And
project.
who was demanding a second one? That's what I want to know. Like we need a number 2.
Oh, I think you're gonna get another one.
probably
Who's
a third.
asking for it? Again,
But here's the thing. Because a lot of people,
Bro, they're selling out arenas all over the world.
Just to listen to it.
Just to listen to it. They're doing shows with no microphone. I'm not saying it's dope.
Which I don't like that.
I'm not saying it's dope.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
demand is there.
That's who's asking for it.
But okay.
But you also did a video, Jeremy, about how do we view a Kanye album, how do we judge it, right? And it's unfair. Again, I guess the sentiment is it's unfair to critique it next to his finest work, which I don't necessarily agree with.
Well, my thing is expectations matter in how you consume an album. And what I've done, and this could be just me being a Kanye stan, is my expectations for a Ye album in 2024 have zero to do with lyrical content, which is not like me because I am a big lyric guy. That's how I consume most, is if I feel something, if I can relate to something, if it hits my soul. But with Kanye, I think we've lost...
It's got to hit your soul.
It's got to hit my soul. We've lost the ability for Kanye either to find the right writers or to write himself or to put any sort of lyrical substance into a project. So I put that out the window and I said, you know what? If I can enjoy this music sonically so much that I ignore the bullshit he's saying on these songs, then I'm okay with that. Because this album, I loved in the gym, I loved in the car, and I really enjoyed it sonically. I thought promotion, amazing. There wasn't any lines.
I did my reps.
Exactly. I did my reps to promotion, and I got through, 3 sets, and I was like, this is great.
I'll say something positive. I think the Vultures 2...
Before you go into the negative.
I actually think the lyrical substance I do like Vultures 2 is I feel like there's a middle part with, what's the song? I can tell you the songs.
What's the song
River, 530.
530 is one of them.
Sky City and My Soul, I think had substance.
Husband Lifestyle, those songs like Husband Lifestyle, 530. He's clearly talking about Kim K and the previous relationship, and he's being vulnerable and talking about, it's a little Marvin Gaye here, my dear, about the ex-woman, and the first album, Vultures 1, was more like, the attitude was, I'm back, bitch, you can't cancel me.
Yeah.
That's the sentiment, right? Like, you thought you could cancel me? I'm here. So here he's kind of tapping more to how he does actually feel about things. And there's some melodically good moments, I think, lyrically about those songs. But I don't get, and you guys give me feedback on this, I don't understand this thing of like making these songs like not mixed properly, not making final decisions on these songs and changing drums and changing everything in real time. It's like he's done this since, I guess, Pablo. But especially with the last couple of albums. And it's just like, I don't know, I'm just tired of that. Like, I don't understand. You first of all, he's gonna put that out quicker, like a couple months ago. You waited to put it out. You can't make a decision and mix the record or make final decisions. Like, why are we still living through you like not delivering records and then constantly changing the records? Like, I think it takes away from it also.
I don't like it first, but I think I have an extra, I don't like it. I think at 5:30 at the end, it was a rough draft of his subconscious, and all of his subconscious was about Drake, which was interesting. But we didn't need that part, and we didn't need anything that was like, even Husband could have completely done without that song. It felt like,
yeah, I didn't need that one.
Didn't need that song. But what I will say is I think Kanye is the type of guy that has trouble without a deadline to put anything out. And I think we saw it with Yandi. We saw it with things that got delayed, and he would say something and then never put it out. And the first time I think that changed for him was with the Ye album, the Kids See Ghost album, the Tiana Taylor and the Pusha T album, when it was like, back to back to back, he put weeks on the calendar. Because we saw, my favorite Kanye song ever right now is Ghost Town. That is not a finished song. He mumbles half. The Party Next Door reference at the front is not finished. 070 Shake said she was finishing that song up as they were putting the album up.
He's keeping the mumbles in, the reference tracks and all that shit.
I think that did help him with, if I'm going to set a date to some degree, I'm going to put something out and then I can tweak it after.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this new tweaking.
Yeah, how do you hear? Because DJ had your DJ here. Do you hear it sonically? What do you hear?
I'm hearing it, and the thing is, it makes it complicated because it's hard to make a definitive choice on what records you're going to support from a DJ's perspective, right? Most of the songs are just listenable or riding to songs. They're not like songs that DJs are going to play anyway. But it does make it difficult when you're changing shit in real time, and I'm trying to program what, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck I'm gonna be supporting you as a DJ, you know what I'm saying? So, but that makes it difficult. But as a fan, I think that everybody except the people who are like in it like us, they appreciate it because it's like, oh, I don't like this song. And I'm like, all right, take this song off and put a new song on there. And like the albums are now becoming like this fluid
living art.
The fans are almost deciding the art.
Yeah, and so it makes it complicated for what we do. But think about it from Jeremy Heck being 16 in Toronto in his room, right? And he's like, yeah,
living the dream.
And he's telling Drake, hey, you know what? I don't like this song with Lotto. And Drake's like, all right, which out of these do you like? I like this one. And then he puts it on the album. He's losing his fucking mind.
Running around the room.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's less about quote unquote us and more about them going direct to fan bases for feedback of what they're putting out. And I don't like the living art perspective, but I think we're gonna get more of it, honestly. I think more people are gonna do this. Like what Drake is doing now, Ye is doing it. I mean, he's been doing it, but I think more people are gonna start. I don't want to say who it was, but I started seeing artists doing listening experiences now where they're playing unfinished albums and just kind of checking the temperament of what's going on.
Everybody's testing the market,
right? Because no one wants to put stuff out and just stand on it. Like this is it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
see, I missed that. I feel like that's part of art. There was a courage in creation. Just this is finally to the world, and like this is the mix, and I got to stand on it. And how you judge it is how you judge it. And I also feel like the key thing to me is like I just think this album is kind of like the first Vultures, where it's probably a good handful of songs, right? 5 to 6, 7 songs maybe. But I just think there's a lack of replay value with his music, modern day music. Where before he's making these classic records, it's like you could go back and listen to Fantasy tomorrow and be like, enjoy it. But like, I wonder your guys' take on like why this feels like this music feels like short term. Like you don't want necessarily going to go back to this. Like I don't hear people even bigging up the first Vultures album. That's why I said, well, give him number 2. Like because I feel like when people say albums, like I did my little album list, and then people are still like, well, Schoolboy Q, Vince Staples, like these names will come up. I don't see people saying Vultures 1, Vultures 1, Vultures 1. So I feel like he's delivering these moments, like these big galas and listening sessions, and the optics are crazy, but he's not sustaining the interest to me.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Retaining the interest.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that we are in a bubble. I know I'm in a bubble for sure because I'm outside and I'm not participating in the young consumerism of it anymore now because I'm a part of it. So I'm gonna be honest. I don't fucking know what's going on because think about it, bro. Like Travis Scott album came and went. No replay value, in my opinion.
Well, that was my least favorite Travis Scott.
No replay value whatsoever. Yeah. He just outdid Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? Like
people replay. I mean, Fiend. You hear that everywhere.
I hate Fiend.
That when you see a crowd react to it. I think he made that.
Fiend is
for
like
you.
one of the worst rap songs of all time,
bro.
Don't do that. When you see a crowd. This is the thing though.
Elliott cooking today.
Oh,
Kanye knows what he's doing. Travis knows what he's doing. Travis made that album for stadiums.
Yes.
And Kanye made this album for say he made Fry. You said that even. You said soccer stadium.
Soccer stadium
Field
music.
Trip and Fry.
Oh.
And that is like, when you see a crowd go crazy to like I drop Fiend, for example, when I'm hosting events, every once in a while we have like a little break where it's not even a dance break, there's just room to move, people network. Every once in a while I'll drop Fiend. Grown people are in a mosh pit within seconds to Fiend. Like that is a powerful song.
So you're right. Where I think is also this is again me taking I'm gonna take accountability. I don't travel enough for this music. You know what I'm saying?
Like I went passport out,
I don't travel enough for this music. This music is not for us in the Uber, in the car,
not for the West Coast,
riding around LA. This is not that.
No.
This is soccer state. I went to a LAFC game. And it was this. It sounded like fucking Vultures too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I went to the LAFC game at the soccer stadium, and it was that. It was chants. It was just. I mean, they were doing this for 2 hours straight. No breaks, no water, none of that. The seats are bolted up. You can't sit down.
Wow.
This is
standing room only.
What?
Oh, you can't pull the seat down.
No.
Wow. You
pay for a season ticket. For it without a seat.
Stand. Yeah.
Shout out to the 3252. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. But that's what this shit is. And what I'm saying to you is I think we are in a bubble in a sense where, we're hip hop culture and we just do hip hop in our hip hop bubble and we live our lives every day. We're sitting down, we're riding in the car. This ain't for that. The Travis Scott album, the Vultures 1, Vultures 2 album, that ain't this. Even if you want to go back to the Metro Boomin and Future album, that's not for this. That's for them in that world. Like if you in the club and you in Live and you in like if you're in that atmosphere, that's what that shit is for. So I think we have to take accountability when we critique the albums and realizing that we're removed from the spaces that they're making the records
so when I'm saying it doesn't have replay value, it may be in a different context, not necessarily
exactly
to that situation.
That's what I'm saying. Because I know for a fact I have not played Travis Scott album since it dropped. I haven't played the Vultures 1 album since it dropped. But I'm also, I mean, while I play the certain songs, like if I'm DJing, but I don't just be riding around listening to it because that's not what it's for. It's for whenever you see the visuals, and this is what I do appreciate about Ye and Ty, and even Travis Scott, what they do with their music. They're creating the visuals that they want you to see their music in. You know what I'm saying? You don't see Ye, like for instance, if you go back to All Falls Down, that video was him riding around in the car with the girl, and like it was a perspective video, right? It was interesting, like the even like Through the Wire, like it was they're painting the picture of what they want you to see when you see the music.
Graduation, all of the
exactly.
cartoon.
Stronger, with Daft Punk.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So these are the scapes. And then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came out. I remember when I first saw Ye walk out and he had on that red suit at the awards. And
MTV.
At the MTV Awards. And Pusha T was a surprise performer. I didn't even know, right?
For Runaway. Yep.
For Runaway. And he was, dude. I'm like, what the fuck
he was
is
in that
going
one
on?
key, everybody go crazy.
Chain, like
So
it's
then,
such a...
so then I'm gonna go further. I got 2 more. So then I go, and I thought about this as I was going through the Vultures album, right? So then you go to with The Weeknd. The Weeknd is always in character for the entire year that he puts out an album.
Eras.
It's different eras. Bruno Mars, same thing.
Even Drake.
He's always Drake, same thing. Certified Lover Boy, like he just the heart thing, and it's this whole thing. So for me, my perspective, I don't think this music is for us in our bubble. I think they're showing you what they want the music to be for. And I think we need to kind of like have perspective when we critique the albums.
Do you think that one thing I thought was, it feels to me, even though Ty gets the credit, it doesn't feel to me as collaborative as it could be. It feels very much like it's still a Kanye album with like supporting role of Ty Dolla $ign, where I would like to hear a little bit more Ty, or a little bit more feeling like it's really like creatively cooked up with, you know, more of a collaboration thing. It kind of felt more like with Savage and Drake. Like Drake carries a lot of it, even though Savage is on it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to speak out of turn, but I know that Ye does like have a lot of the say so over the last like word or what's this and what's that and stuff like that. But Ty, don't get it fucked. Like Ty is a musical genius.
Of course.
And
no, I wish he was utilized a little more. In these records.
But this is what I'm saying. I think that you're giving Ye too much credit as far as his contribution. I don't want to speak for Ty, but I think that Ty is also cooking up things in the vein of, like, you got to understand, Ty is also somebody who writes for other people.
He's almost producing
musical
too,
direction,
in a sense,
and free TC too. But what my question is, speaking of the writing.
Oh yeah,
As the biggest artist in the world, do you not have access to the biggest writers in the world? Why are the verses not good?
And I guess Mike Dean's gone, so we don't have an engineer anymore, something like that. Why can't we get somebody to master and mix these records? Like, the guy's richer than he's ever been, he claims, right?
Yeah.
So where's the writers and where's the engineers?
Consequence. Get everybody back in the room. Like,
let's get some new guys.
Some new guys.
You guys are doing the perspective shit again.
Uh-oh.
This ain't for that.
So they don't want to overthink the lyrics. But do they have to say stuff like, I reached for the popcorn and that's my cock? Like, do they have to say that? Could they, like, is he purposefully going like to ruin the song? No,
What's some of your other favorite bars?
There was some that literally ruined songs for me. I couldn't do it.
What were some of your favorite lyrics of Vultures 2?
Does The Weeknd have to wear bandages on his face?
He doesn't have to, no. Unless he hurt himself.
Chooses to.
I'm just saying, it's just part of the thing. This is,
You're saying that not prioritizing lyricism.
Correct. I think this is not that. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe that's why he's wearing the mask. Maybe he's like showing like, it's not about what I'm saying.
Bro, if you think about it, since the inception of the Vultures concept, it literally looks like this. Even when they do their playbacks in the arenas, before he added Ty, what was the album that came out? Donda 2.
Donda 1.
Donda 1.
Yeah.
Donda 2 never really.
When he did when he was doing the arenas and it was just him, and then he brought out North and stuff like that.
Yep.
He was doing the blacked out, the shiesty and like the whole shit, right? It's a whole look. It's like I don't think it's about the bars. I don't think that's what they're focusing on.
But the bars are so bad, it's standing out. So
yeah, I'm like, I'd rather just not focus on. For example, like Thug, right? Like, there's the moments where you're like, wait, he said that? But for the most part, you just don't pay attention to what he says. His voice is the instrument, and Future's like, you're not really paying attention to what they say, but the voice sounds so good with the sonics that I would rather Kanye do that if he's gonna do it.
I still got $20 for somebody that can rap me a whole Future 16.
A Future 16 is hard to come by.
March Madness.
I'm waiting.
But okay, wait. Before we move off, actually, 13-year anniversary. Does anyone here know a Future 16? Okay. No disrespect. In Atlanta, they know it.
Okay.
In Atlanta, they would know.
Well, that's where all the niggas is at.
No, I was talking about.
What?
Why did you do that? I just sit here innocently with a little ad-lib comment, and I get thrown into shark-infested waters.
You calling niggas sharks?
No,
I just
We're gonna do like what's the company's
supercut,
baby
like,
shark.
HR.
HR. We're gonna
need
need HR
HR.
department, man. HR department.
I am HR.
No, you're not. The views of DJ Head do not necessarily reflect those of Up Rock.
HR, humble and respectable.
Humble and respectful.
Okay, 13-year anniversary of Watch the Throne.
Yeah, I was
which
playing the Funk Flex.
Yeah, the Funk Flex
presentation
rap.
of Otis. That's a classic
And he gave
thing.
a Rap Radar shout out. I heard.
It's my rip that lives on the internet, I believe.
So when did you first hear it? Like, what was going down?
I used to tape the radio. I'm ripping things like a nerd and putting it online on social media. And I document culture through social media and the internet. I had a popping little website back then. So yeah, I remember I'd often rip Flex, and then I had Flex's BlackBerry or something. So I would hit him at times trying to get my shout out because I knew it was the moment. So then finally I got one of my shout outs in that joint. But
You asked for the Otis shout out?
No, I just said something like he was playing the record. I was just encouraging him because he goes on his rants, as you know. So to me, a lot of times he would shout out. I found out he would shout out people like as they're hitting him because he has his BlackBerry right there.
He knew the timing.
During the timing of it. So I wanted to get my shout out with the bombs and the whole thing, and I got one. But yeah, that was. So you think of that, just the album in general, man. I love that album. And like I remember Hov playing me No Church in a While, and that was like one of the last records he did. And he was so proud of that beat and all his opening verse, Coliseum floors and all that shit. Like
yeah,
and it was like he just loved that record. Like when he
Ocean
cut that. So yeah, I mean it's just a great album. It lives up to the hype to me, and I think that it's even more appreciated. And I think it gets a lot of love because it felt as part of like the blog era that we romanticized.
Yeah, it leaked, right?
A lot of it played out. Yeah, somebody tried to leak it, but it didn't leak. Actually.
Oh yeah, they protected against
somebody
got
kicked out of the session.
Yeah.
I forget his name. I'm gonna say his name. Trying to bootleg it in the listening session, but no, it didn't leak. I remember John Manilli, Jay's old business manager, was like, business partner was like, it's not gonna leak, and it didn't leak. It was good.
So one thing I do remember about this time, it was the blog era thing. I was so hyped to hear Jay produced by Ye. It was just me. That was like one of my dreams of like, man, I wish like Ye would produce Jay in a certain way, right? And then when I got it, I was like, yep, I need
what
this.
you were waiting for.
And I wish that this would have panned out and we would have got the second one.
I just wanted the two.
I wish we'd have got the second one. I know the
WTT2.
records exist somewhere. Like I know they do. And I just want to hear those records. So I'm throwing this out
one
there.
record leaked called Building was Graduation Era. They said it's Kanye and Jay. And one of that verses is one he kicked as a freestyle. But I didn't know if that was really a real song. I hit Jay about it. He didn't hit me back on that one. But I don't know if that actually was an AI put together thing or just taking the lyrics and putting it on a beat or if they actually cut that record. But that was a collab they had during Graduation Era, they were saying, called Building.
Is it a classic album?
To me, no.
To me, it is.
Yes and no. Why?
I don't replay the whole album like that. I replay 3 songs.
So Paris and Otis are classic songs, I
Yes.
guess?
Paris, Otis, and you can do No Church in a While if you want, but I don't consider that a classic song. I think Otis, for culture and for what it was and what it represented, also the video was insane. When it dropped, it was like, what am I watching right now, right? That had to have been a Ye concept. Yeah, we're going to cut this Maybach up.
Yeah.
You going to do what?
Yeah, and doing donuts in it with the American flag.
Yeah.
That was a Kanye thing.
I think it was dope, but I think obviously Paris, one of the greatest nigga songs of all, the greatest nigga song of all.
People in Paris.
People in Paris.
And then Otis is honestly I prefer Otis over niggas in Paris.
Because it's just Ye producing Jay. He's just chopping up an old soul sample.
Yeah,
Easier to
it
say.
reminded me of like what's the it's a record called Bounce.
Yeah.
Where they were going back and forth. Like that shit was so hard.
Classic to you, Jeremy? Classic, yes or no?
Classic, yeah. Yeah, just because of what it represented, but the music lived up to the hype. Like you said, like No Church in the Wild, Lift Off, Paris, Otis,
Ham.
Gotta Have It, New Day, where they were talking about their future kids.
I forgot about Ham.
Like that's a solid
You like Ham?
first
We hated
6
Ham.
songs.
No, I'm
I
saying people fuck with Ham.
No, we hated him.
No,
in New York.
people love that record.
He was going
You
at
saying who loved that
Birdman.
People in
I
the
saw
West?
the reaction that record used to get.
Oh, I thought it was this at the time. when
No,
it
I'm
came
talking
out.
about like in the club. Like I saw it in Vegas clubs. People lose their
Oh,
mind.
okay, yeah.
because
But it didn't hit in New York. I was still in New York at the time. We hated on Ham.
I don't
when it
think I
first came
loved
out.
Ham when it came out.
Because remember, we put out Ham and there was a drop before they really rolled out with the album. Ham was supposed to be like the first thing on the launch, but then it slowed down.
Nah, people fucked with that. Well, at least I saw it in Vegas a few times.
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
Made It in America is like my theme song.
Really?
Yeah, Made It in America.
I get it. I get it.
Do you cry when you hear that record, Jeremy?
I probably teared up to it. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime something like, even this morning, I'm not gonna lie, like coming to shoot this, I was getting a little emotional. I'm like, this is.
No, Jeremy hit us last night. Like, I'm pumped for tomorrow's show.
Yeah, I'm going to bed early.
I said I'm getting a good sleep.
Jeremy hit the group chat like, I'm going to bed early. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Nicki Minaj, this Elliott. I can't wait.
You understand though, like it's not that long ago that I was watching you guys on computer screens. The people that are like Charlamagne, Joe, like every person that I grew up looking up to has not only knows who I am, but has recognized me for my work. Not like that is to me
you saw
like
Charlamagne shouting him out, trying to do that divide and conquer shit again. You see all this?
my
man
my.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
You know what my man Jeremy Heck says?
It's not divide and conquer.
Lord,
Elliott.
man, come on, man. I told you how he gets down. I told you.
Oh my God.
Did he say my man Jeremy Heck? Do we have that? Do we have the Jeremy Heck shout out?
He
Put
did
that
No,
up?
we don't have the Jeremy.
No, we
Heck.
have it. I want it. Producer Alex, can we get the Jeremy Heck
We don't
shout
have
out?
the.
He's gonna cry. He cry. Do
I
the
wasn't
one.
crying.
Do the one when he's reacting to it. It looks like he's about to
wasn't-
cry.
No, this is the thing.
Go to Jeremy's
I have
IG,
a ring
please.
light, and so it
Nah,
looks like I'm
nigga,
gonna
you
cry.
about
I
to
wasn't gonna cry.
My nigga, you look like you're about to
I
cry.
wasn't gonna
Call it
cry.
what it is.
It was an emotional
My
moment, but I
Caucasian
wasn't gonna
brother,
cry.
my W, my likable white boy.
Okay.
You look like you was about to tear up, but it's okay. I cry. I'm not shaming crying. I don't age shame and I don't cry shame.
Okay.
But you was catching a tear right there.
I had a
We go
ring
to the
light.
thing.
Everyone
And-
thinks I'm hot.
Here's the thing. Here's how I'm not a hater. This is all why I get mad at motherfuckers. Who alerted you that you got shouted out?
You did.
Who did that? I was like LeBron in the
Yeah,
shop.
and that's
Who
why-
told you that? What I tell you?
I'm not
What I
gonna
tell you, Jeremy?
I
What I
wait-
tell you, son?
I'm not
That
gonna
New
lie.
York
I
is
You
coming
waited.
never let me down, Jeremy.
I waited for you to send it to me as the okay that I.
And
could
you
post
say
it.
you listen to Brilliant Idiots. Oh, no, because you heard it before? You didn't post it?
Jeremy,
I did. I didn't post
Jeremy
it. I waited.
scans the internet.
Wow, so you knew about it.
Yes.
But you didn't post it because you thought I would get mad?
No, I wanted the Elliott cosign on it first.
But what if I hadn't heard it?
Then I would wait. I would send it.
Why
send
did
it
you
to at some
wait? Don't
point.
wait, man. Fuck that. It's content. Don't wait again. Don't do that again.
Okay.
I thought I schooled you on. But can I please see the Jeremy isolate? Because so when you just shot this video, look at this. Look at this eye. Look at
I
this.
had my ring
Oh,
light
shit.
on. Okay. I wasn't crying.
Hey, your eyes are red though.
Look at him. Look at him.
But everyone thinks I'm high when I'm filming these videos. I'm not
Look at his
high.
eye. He is.
You either
Jeremy.
tearing up or sleepy as a motherfucker.
Wait, ring it back one more time. Sorry.
It was 10 a.m.
Hey, gentlemen, please.
Shout out to Charlamagne for tuning into the DX Daily Dose. Now I have number 4 and 5 on my full name on the media list, so maybe one day number 1 through 3 will know who I am. But that being said, I stand on my opinion.
I don't care about this. Go back to the beginning. That's what see. My man,
And I
Charlotte.
saw my man Jeremy. Salute to Jeremy Heck.
My
Jeremy
man,
brought up a
Jeremy. Jeremy
really
Heck,
good
the full
point.
name.
If Kai Cenat and the AMP team wanted to, they could literally
Jeremy
take
lied.
over the whole
Jeremy lied.
XXL freshman cipher shit.
It was crazy.
Like they could literally wipe the XXL freshman
McKelvey guy.
ciphers off the
I
map.
wasn't
right
tearing
there.
up.
Shout out to
I
Charlamagne
wasn't
for
tearing
tuning
up.
into
Okay,
the
so how did you hear when you first heard it? Before Elliott?
So this is the crazier part is shout out to my boy Jared in Winnipeg, Canada. Doesn't have Instagram. Okay, so he doesn't know about anything. And he texted me and he's like, "Yo, your shout outs on the Brilliant Idiots is becoming a weekly thing." He even said your last name this time and said and sent me
I
the
went if
time
that connect
code.
that to tell me.
And yeah, so then I listened. I'm like, oh, this one was cooler because it sparked a conversation, and it was something I said that was like an
Yeah.
opinion, you know. But I will say, like, I don't take it for granted, and I appreciate these moments.
it's really
But
cool.
for you guys, what were your moments of like the stamp in media or music or journalism?
I got
where
a good
you
one.
Had, like,
I got a good one. So again, I had a 2-decade career when no one know what I look like, or I would try to be anonymous because rappers want to beat me up because of the things I wrote. First to tell you your album's whack.
From pen to a sword.
This Black Sheep's second album is not really as good as you could get with this, you could get with that. Engine number 9. So I started realizing I had to front face more. I remember Peter Rosenberg had a flip cam, and Jim Jones ran a flip cam. So I was like, I'm gonna get this flip cam. I'm starting Rap Radar. I'm gonna go in the crowd. I'm gonna record these shows, and we're gonna put the video online and put it up on my website. And Rap Radar's gonna rule. So I was at Fader Fort, and I'm in the crowd with the people, and I'm filming everybody coming out, and then Bun B comes out and does like a solo set, and like Bun B's cool as hell. He's rap blah blah, and then Bun B's like, Elliott Wilson, the motherfucker, how Elliott Wilson, da da da. And I was just like, oh shit. Like I kind of knew Bun B, but I didn't really know Bun B. But to have Bun B like in the middle of the thing, shout. So then people used to always shout me out like the Kendrick. Something about if you see me in the crowd, people will often shout me out in the crowd. So that's probably the best things. As many times Drake shouted me out from the crowd, Jay shouted me out from the crowd, shouted me out in the crowd.
You went from like spectator to part of the show almost.
Yeah, because I'll be in there with the fans. I don't like the backstage shit. I like to watch the show and, I mean, I'll go back there if I have the access and dap everybody up, but I probably want to watch the show from the crowd with the people. So
that's fine.
Did you have your shout outs, your recognition?
Man, 2 of them. Well, actually, so when I first really got going, like when I really decided to be a DJ, DJ Dents talked me out of moving to Vegas. I was gonna move to Vegas to try to pursue radio, and DJ Dents, he's a Clippers DJ now, but he was on the radio. He was the man back in the day, like him, and then Julio G, radio legend, came and pulled up on me and Chuck Bizzle.
Julio G, I never heard of him. Yeah,
Julio G, he did West Side Radio. He came and pulled up to the apartment where we were doing internet radio. That was big for me. And then the third thing I would say, Charlamagne actually called the heads of iHeart and told them to hire me when they launched the radio station here in LA. He reached out to them. And then when I got in the radio in LA, Big Boy was like, "You're the guy. I want you in everything I'm doing." And that was crazy for me. And then Sway allowed me to come on his show and really embrace me. So I like the big 3 in radio from where I come from.
Charlotte, Sway, and Big Boy?
Yeah, all 3 of them.
Yep.
It's crazy because you get like, and you guys have probably experienced this time and time again, but you have dreams, right? And then you reach certain aspects of those dreams, whether it be, receiving love from your peers or from your favorite artist or whatever it is, and then you almost have to dream bigger, and you have to like break that ceiling into a new...
Oh, and I have one more. At my 53-year-old grown-ass age, me and LL Cool J are cool, finally. And
you cool after he just did the sit down with Charla?
That was earlier.
I'm fucking with that. I'm
trying to re-spark it. That's
I don't hate on black and white content, man.
You were just out there in New York, right?
So what happened was LL's been doing these listening sessions, Coors Light sponsored secret listening sessions, Take the Phone Away. We talked about the West Coast one, LA one. DJ Head was the DJ for the event. My guy Daquan Thomas was the host. I crashed that at the end. I wasn't invited. And I saw like the last 3 songs.
I sent him the address.
Head gave me the address. I rolled in.
He pulled up unannounced.
Yeah. That's the thing. Nobody invites me to shit, but I always can get in. If I know the address, odds are I'll get in. I walk in like I was invited. And, Elliott Wilson. Yeah, of course, man. What the do? But I never really get invited. So here's the other fucked up part. Nobody accepts that I live in California. They still view me as a New Yorker. So they called my manager, Lex, and booked me to host the New York event. Can Elliott host the New York event with LL? Thinking I live in New York. So I'm like, oh fuck, like I don't live in New York, and I'm gonna fly myself all the way out there to host the shit. And like, you're damn right, you're gonna fly yourself out there, host the shit. And I think we're gonna get a little bit of money from Def Jam down the road. Like that invoice will get paid like in fucking like 6-7 months or something. But it's LL Cool J. So I grew up idolizing Run DMC and Jam Master Jay and LL Cool J. Even though their ages aren't that far from mine, they were superheroes from Queens, and they put hip-hop on the main stage and brought it to the world. So I've idolized LL Cool J.
LL was the first hip-hop superstar.
First solo hip-hop superstar. You had Grandmaster Caz's and Melly Mel's and great rappers before that, Spoonie G, Curtis Blow. Just to educate you guys a little bit. But LL Cool J was the first, as Head said, the first solo superstar. And then I remember he was mad at me because I had made fun of the. Remember he did that song about the racial harmony song. He made a song about racial unity, which everybody kind of dissed at the time. And I was hosting a show on Jay-Z's Life and Times channel called The Truth, and I did a whole segment dissing the song and tore it down. And I heard he was mad about that. So I never really knew him. How do you get direct contact with LL Cool J? So I went to that event. The temperature was kind of cool. We dapped up at the end. We took a photo. So for him to invite me to host this thing in New York, I felt was big. And I'm like, damn, I'm also not going to lose it to somebody else's fucking a New Yorker journalist, like take that spot. So I flew out. I did the event. We're backstage. And I called Q-Tip on the way to the thing because Q-Tip produced the record. And I don't know, I don't want to be the spoiler alert, but no, I can't say it because he's being secret about the album.
Yes.
There was something about the album that I didn't catch on.
Because the album not out yet.
The album's not out yet, so I'll be careful.
Which he said
I'll
is
be
his
careful,
best-
DJ.
best
I
album
wanna
ever, he
promise
said.
I'm
those
just saying,
DJ.
I don't want no smoke.
He's got a new single out right now coming out with Sweetie, the Pro
Yep.
Activities record.
Yep.
So I can talk about that. But there is an element to the album that surprised me. Let's just say that.
Yep.
So then I said that to Q-Tip, and then Q-Tip was saying that, and then I was like, yo, and I was like, yeah, so LL called me. I was like, I'm flying out, and I had to co-host the thing. And then Kamal's on the phone, Q-Tip's on the phone, and LL, it clicks for LL. He's like, wait, you not out here? You flew out here to do the thing? And I was like, yeah, my bad. He's like, oh, L, thank you. And he's calling me L, which is bugging me out. Because he's LL, and I'm L. We have the same birthday.
Triple L.
It's Triple L. And then, yeah, I'm doing like a new version of Crown. We're playing the records. I'm interviewing him. It's like more of a, like the Daytwan thing that you guys did was more like standing up.
Yeah.
They were giving us seats like it was a Crown. So I'm interviewing him in between the songs. And I'm just like, that's LL Cool J. So me at 53 years old, I'm still having this like fan or just, intimate moment of like, oh shit, this is LL Cool J. This is like, we're getting along and we're cool. So that's a big deal to me. So you can even have those moments at the grown-ass age of 53.
Well, that's even more inspiring because that's like Ack had the comment. He's like, why is everyone hating on Elliott when he's really just continuing to do it? He's been doing it, other people are doing. I look at this and I'm inspired because I'm like, oh, there's more to go, and you could still continue to be at the highest level.
Cool J, man.
In New York on
Everybody's
stage.
trying to climb my Converse too, but it's okay, man. It's okay.
I don't think those are Converse.
Bootleg.
extra.
And then here he raps. So they do the interview, it rapped, and then DJ Technician, the guy that did the Lox's verses.
You're like, should I sit down?
He's a great DJ. You know how DJs are.
Yeah, yeah.
He made LL do lounging. Like he had it all queued up. Like, L, you got me. He wanted to get a little quick performance. So LL did the opening. Like, what do? I just sat down. I'm like, why am I on stage? It's all awkward and shit. So I just sat down. He started doing the first verse of not lounging. He did They Call Me Big Ellie.
Yeah.
The Timberlands joint, Headsprung. So yeah, Technician cheated that moment. But that was a great night, man. Shout out to everybody who thinks I still live in New York and inviting me to
West
host the
Coast
event.
Wilson.
West Coast
Wilson.
I want to talk about album sales because a lot of people did want us to speak about this, and our episode kind of came out in the midst of all of the Mustard drama last week. But so I guess a few things. Shout out to Mustard who reposted your content, Faith of a Mustard Seed.
Yep.
But do record sales matter in 2024? What do they matter? And I think from industry perspective, we should break down what record sales even are in 2024 because a lot of people are confused as to what Mustard's 18K means and why Ice Spice's 20K means something and his 18K. And I couldn't even find Gordo's album sales. I was looking. I really wanted to compare, but I couldn't find them. Somebody
even
said
Common and Pete Rock, like that type. I don't know what they
yeah,
sold yet. Which means it probably was low.
So yeah,
that's a good album too. Like very good album too.
Yeah, so we
I
can
may or may not have seen it.
What did Gordo say? I was because it can't be much more than Mustard. If
I don't have a comment.
Can you tell me if it was higher or
you
lower?
have a comment.
Can you tell me if
This
it's
is
higher or
about the
lower?
Bay Show, man. Come on, Ed.
You don't know say. I said I may or may not have seen it.
Well, it should be public information. I just couldn't find
Well, find it then.
This is what they say about you, DJ.
All
Like,
right.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do
Somebody said before he said they're like, this is a great episode. I haven't even watched it, but I know this is what happened. Elliott gets passionate about something.
Shit.
Jeremy shows a piece of information that no one's seen before, and DJ Head refuses to
I
answer
can't
anything.
confirm that or speak up.
You did it again. What is Gordo's first week numbers,
I
brother?
don't know.
Can you write it on a piece of paper?
I don't have no paper.
Okay, well, I looked at the numbers to compare them. They can't be any higher than Mustard's. If anything, it would be like 20K.
Also, I remember like back in the day with SoundScan when I worked at Excel, I had a password. Like I had an account where I could look up everybody's sales. But nobody even does that anymore, right? Well, here's the problem with the streaming. We don't even understand how 8 million streams equal this many sales. Like, we're not connected to the process, so it's hard for us to judge. Like, to answer your question, it does matter. Obviously, it does matter. Of course, it matters. But it matters less because we don't even understand how they came up with that number because whatever percentage they're saying isn't based off the sole physical sales anymore. Obviously, it's based off streaming consumption. So we don't know how the streaming consumption actually adds to this amount of units, per se. But it still matters if you do a big number. But what matters less now is that if you do a bad number or an average number, you still have a career. Back in the day, if you sold 18,000 first
you weren't
week,
getting a budget for the
you
next
weren't getting
one.
another album.
Yeah.
But, Ice Spice, to his point last, I was all like, the Ice Spice debut disappointed me, and it sold this. And then Head's like, well, that's the first album. You're going to get another album, and take her time with it. It's like you're not judged that same way.
No.
But at the same time, it does matter if you're Eminem or someone like that and you do big numbers in this era. It validates who you are. So it still matters, but I think there's such a mix of us not fully understanding how we even arrive at that number because of streaming consumption.
I want to go back to something Elliott Wilson said before, and he said the fans are on the court or some shit like that.
Yeah, they're playing. Yeah. Instead of being the spectators.
Right, spectators. So the music industry is a convoluted space, and I don't want to dive down a crazy wormhole. But the way it works is streams add up to a certain amount to count as one sale.
Yep.
Right? And so every platform has their own algorithm in which they determine. There isn't one unified algorithm because all these platforms are owned by different entities, right?
Yep. And some share the info.
YouTube is owned by Google, which is owned by Alphabet, right? And then Apple is their own thing, and then Spotify is their own thing, et cetera, right? Tidal is their own thing. But then there's other services too. You have Pandora, you know what I'm saying? You have Deezer, Amazon Music, all these other platforms. So anyway, long story short, when you get a certain amount of streams based on whatever their algorithm, which they don't have to disclose it because again, these are institutions that own their own proprietary platforms. So when you get a certain amount of streams on Tidal, that might equal one sale. We don't know what that number is. That's also a different number than what you get paid out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, that number differentiates depending on if you're independent or if you're signed to a major label. Mm-hmm. If you sign to a major label, what they usually do is that, let's say they don't do this anymore, they call it a 360 deal, which doesn't have anything to do with the number 3 or 60, right? Mm-hmm. A 360 deal just means that the label gets a piece of, half of, or a percentage of everything you do as an artist, right? Mm-hmm. So if Mustard, to Mustard's point, Mustard's independent, right? Mm-hmm. He has his own label, which is 10 Summers. So back in the day when you would do, I remember Shawty Low, I remember T.I., I remember Gucci Mane, I remember all these people dropping music independently, Slim Thug, and then also up in the Bay, like Too Short and them, they were dropping independently, right? Mm-hmm. Messy Marv and like all these dudes were dropping independent. Out the trunk, so quote unquote, right? Whereas that's why Slim Thug was rich as fuck, and nobody knew why he was rich as fuck. You know what I mean? He was getting audited and shit. Because and then even DJ Drama back in the day, because it was out the trunk physical sales, right? So when you're independent, you eat you eat all of that, right? You get all of the money based on your revenue. When you're on a label situation, the label takes a percentage of what you make, and they take a percentage off of your money, not theirs. So just in a nutshell, it's
Heads make me not want to be in the music business.
Oh no, it gets way crazier. But the reason why I
never put an album out.
The reason why I brought this up is because I know Mustard had something to say about the back and forth and stuff like that, and I saw the thing with academics and whatnot. And to Mustard's credit, Mustard is doing this independent. You can't put him on the same level as a Future
he doesn't have a marketing
who has an entire label pushing their narrative.
Yeah.
And you got to think, if Future does 1 million, just say he sells 1 million albums, right? And Mustard sells 500,000 albums. Mustard internally probably makes more money off of his music than Future did selling more. So it's a nuanced conversation. It's the music industry. Don't worry about it.
But I think that's helpful.
Oh, they're gonna worry about it.
That's helpful.
Don't fucking worry about it.
People don't really understand.
Like album sales, we shouldn't even be discussing that no more in 2024. Matter of fact, 2025, we shouldn't do album sales no more. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't just let it go because none of it matters. It doesn't matter.
Is it a good album?
We don't know. Do you know what Travis Scott sold?
I think like 250.
250,000 first week?
I think so.
Okay.
Or 150. I'll look it up.
Okay, look it up. So that doesn't dictate your impact on culture. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like even if you look at legacy, Eminem, crazy number. Mm-hmm. He did a crazy number.
No, he did 450,000 equivalent units, of which 250,000 were pure album sales. Utopia.
I hate Fiend.
That's crazy.
That's why people hate you.
I hate Fiend.
No, you're gonna apologize for that.
No, I don't apologize. That record sucks.
Yeah, but you didn't have to mock it.
Why not? That's how it goes, and everybody loves it. I'm the only one that hates it.
It's not in that key. I don't know what key that was in.
Okay, wait.
That's gonna be your walk-up song next week.
I don't know how to. I can't do it right. Fiend. Cardi got to teach me.
But I'm just saying. I'm saying I don't think we should do album sales anymore. I know Act does.
Come on, man. We gotta do album sales.
I think Act makes it a part of his shtick, and I know that journalists cover it, but the people covering album sales never know what they actually fucking mean.
That's what I said, because they don't understand the value of the consumption.
So what the fuck? So why are you reporting on this and you don't even know what the fuck it means?
Because we have to judge it by it's still our metric.
But the metric has nothing to do with your opinion.
No, but you know what he's doing there. He's pro Drake, so he's trying to play the narrative that Mustard,
I'm not even
talking Not Like Us flopped.
I'm not even
because that benefits him to big up Drake.
I agree with you.
He has an agenda, as we know.
That's my point. So you're weaponizing
their used album sales.
You're
so you don't like album sales being weaponized against artists.
Same thing with Ice Spice. No, you shouldn't weaponize because the day is gone where you have to make a crazy debut album. Like, what was Travis Scott's debut album?
It was high, probably.
It was high.
Yeah.
But he's also had Ye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he was also signed to a major fucking label.
You can't
put that.
I mean, it was 85,000. So
you
at
can't
the
put that
time-
shit next to 85,000.
So 85,000 to me is probably 15, 17, 20K in this era to me.
at that,
So it's
at
equivalent.
that time.
And you got to
It's
think about
equivalent.
how much music is dropping every fucking week.
Well, that's a good point too.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
That
never
wasn't
been
the,
so much
That
music
wasn't the
out.
case
Yeah.
when physicals was a thing, and that wasn't the case when we held album sales to this coveted place where it was like, man, 50 Cent came out and did 1 million in the first week, or it's not the same.
But you
thing.
remember 50 Cent's the one that made us care about these numbers. He started this.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He did.
I was
Kanye?
there.
He didn't start it.
He started it because he galvanized the fans to judge it that way. Oh, so-and-so didn't do 100,000 first week, he flopped. It's like he galvanized the audience because his numbers were so big. That would define who he was. So he galvanized and brought the SoundScan, the industry shit to the public. So now the public feels like they need to know what the numbers are too.
I don't think he
He
started.
was the first
though.
to do it.
Because
really
I
funnel
remember
it.
Dre had a bar on.
Well, as Jeremy said, kids in the comments, let me know if they agree.
Dr.
with me.
Dre had a bar where he said, "Signed Eminem. He's triple platinum, doing 50 a week." Remember that?
Oh, you know, when people say the lyrics, yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'm not saying he's the first. I don't want to give 50 the credit as the first person to galvanize around album sales. He wasn't the first person to do that.
I think he was the first person for fans to say, "Hey, these are the top 20, and this is what they all sold." Like he was the first to make it not just about my statement about my sales or who I am, but fans to look at and judge success by numbers also. That it was a key factor. That if I'm selling this and now Ja Rule's selling this or Fat Joe's selling this, I'm showing how I'm better because Get Rich had huge numbers and Massacre had huge numbers. So I remember fans being more educated about these are the top 10, 20 albums and these are what they sold and be like, that shit flopped because it sold 20K. That shit's, but like he brought the competitiveness of the landscape in sales comparatively, I felt. At that time.
but I'm also saying that was a different era in which
Of course, you were physically buying things.
physicals
And you were judged by
somebody
that.
Somebody in their house had to get up and go to
Buy
a
your
Sam
shit.
Goody or
Yes.
Tower Records and physically buy something. That's not the same thing as I'll check out this Vultures.
Which
shit.
to your point is, I thought Ice Spice, kudos to Ice Spice. Again, I was disappointed with the record, but I thought her response to the feedback was
Yeah, I
great.
liked how she handled it.
She handled it well, and I heard other podcasters say it too. Like she handled it really well. And now here's what she said: like did 15K. So thank you to everyone who supported me then, and thank you to all the new supporters with the love. Y2K World Tour has been so fun that these numbers are cool. And all but bitch, you should have seen that Boston crowd last night. NYC tomorrow. So again, it's pivoted that the value is in the hard ticket, which it always has been.
That's what
Which is what Travis Scott's about. And we always talk about these artists. We big up Russ.
Yeah.
And these people that are hard ticket acts. Like, so if you're going to the Sold Out Ice Spice show, how can you say she failed?
Exactly.
Because her record
Yeah.
didn't do
And I was gonna say
100K
with
the
Russ,
first week. So
Exactly.
it's a
with
different
Russ, I
moment.
think it's like he's a perfect example because he'll always tell you to streaming. Because at first, a part of me wanted to say, let's just put the number of streams on a screen. But we know the streaming farms exist. We know the bots exist. We know the labels have money to pay for streams, and it happens a lot. So that's not even a real metric. Like Russ's point is always, can you fill up an arena or not?
Facts.
Because a label's not going to pay for 500 people to be at,
Facts.
And
And to go back to another point we made, I want to talk about this Russ thing, but to go back to another point we made on a previous episode where we talked about like the differences between the hard tickets and and the people who actually move in units and stuff like that, right? But when it comes to bootlegging, and we were talking about, does that hurt the artist? Yes, because one stream on Jeremy Heck's YouTube, even though you're not monetized. So you can put a song up, you can put a Kanye song up. As long as you don't monetize it, you can have 1 million views. That 1 million streams could have went to mine and counted against my sales.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yep.
So it's not the same thing. I just want to make that clear to people. Like, don't look at sales as the thing. What Russ is saying is correct.
because they're actually not, the irony is they're actually not sales.
Correct.
yeah.
They're streaming consumption. You're listening to it on a streaming device. As Joe Budden always says, the album's in your phone.
And I'll give
You're
you
streaming it. You're not going anywhere and purchasing.
and I'll give you another behind the scenes. On the radio, we have to play 90 seconds of a song for it to even get counted as a spin, right? So if we play the song for 60 seconds and we get out of it and go to another record or we go to commercial,
Didn't count. Never
it
played.
doesn't count.
It was never played.
It was never played.
If you ever
It's
don't
nine-
like
has it
someone,
always
you
been
can just
90
spin out.
seconds?
60 seconds, you're like, no stream. No stream.
Has it always been 90 seconds?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just not.
As
Well,
far as
now,
you
it
know.
went down to 60 seconds, but depending on what it is, 60 to 90 seconds of the record. You have to play that amount. Same thing when you're watching a YouTube video or listening to. You don't get, like, if I just go and stream Vultures 2 and I play 1 second of each song, they're still not going to get the stream. But then again, how do you calculate that when it comes to sales, quote unquote? Because I might listen to the record on TikTok. Do you count that?
Yeah, an impact it has in real people.
So there's no way to properly track even the streaming consumption.
Which is why I think we should do away with sales.
Yeah. I
No,
actually
never
agree.
that.
I
that.
like the one I remember is J. Cole, Mac Miller, and Kanye when they dropped on the same day. I felt like that reinvigorated the sales convo of like J. Cole was placing himself.
Well,
in
you
the
know,
same...
what happened? I was there. Cole decided secretly that he was going to come out the week after Kanye, but he stepped to the challenge. He's like, I want to drop the same day as Kanye. And Kanye may beat me the first week for this time, but I'm going to still get my number one.
Close.
And he did beat him first week, but then Cole, like he said he was going to do, came back weeks later and got his number one. So he felt like I may even lose to Kanye, but I'm still going to come back and get my number one.
Wait, you were there
And
when he
did.
made that decision?
Yeah, he was playing the album for people, and then Ebe told me, his manager at the time pulled me to the side, and I realized they were huddling, and that's what they were planning. And then the next day it was announced that he was going to come out that same day. But yeah, Born Sinner went against Yeezus, I think. And then, Yeezus outsold him the first week, even though he did a good number also. But then Cole sustained the interest and came in number one a couple weeks later. Yeah.
Can you put asses in seats or no?
I mean, that is the most important thing.
That's it.
Or selling your merch. If your merch is moving, you're selling hard tickets. Because, again, those are actual sales. Those are direct sales. So it's hard. If the music consumption isn't direct sales as much, that's a small percentage of people still buying records on iTunes or buying the vinyl or buying physical copies of things, then it's hard to deal with. But I would not eradicate numbers. I think
we should not the numbers, sales, Elliott Wilson. Sales, because when Prince changed his name to a symbol and sold his album along with the ticket sale, he didn't sell any albums, but he sold out arenas all over the place, right? So then how do you calculate that? He sold 0 albums because he to fuck the label.
No.
So then does Prince not have any album sales like that?
Another great example.
I don't think that we should be reporting on these things from a sales perspective without nuance. If you don't have context, nuance.
We have to know what it means. That's the only thing.
And
and don't do what academics does, which is weaponize it.
Don't weaponize it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, we have almost officially hit the 2-hour mark. The commenters keep saying we want 2 hours.
Did we
At
give
least
2
one
hours?
person.
We gave 2
We're
hours.
almost at 2 hours, but we do have to give flowers before we
Go ahead.
get out of here.
You gave the hate train all show.
Yeah, wait, show some.
Come back to me. I gotta get back to my love place. I'm not there yet.
All right, I want to give some flowers. I want to shout out to Lil Veda. He's an artist from here in LA. His album is out. It's called, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's called Save the Summer. So Save the Summer 1. Shout out to Lil Veda. And then also I want to shout out this Killer Mike album.
Yeah.
This Killer Mike, Michael and the Mighty Midnight Revival. Man, this song on here called Nobody Knows with Anthony Hamilton is crazy.
Fire.
Oh my God, this song is so good. I ran that shit back. I was listening to it in my car while I was driving, okay? And there was an old lady in a wheelchair, and she's sitting there, and she's like, she got her big top hat, you know, the big color purple hat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I watched Color Purple.
She got the hat on. She just like, and the choir singing. It's fucking beautiful.
Did she start walking?
No, she was in a wheelchair, Jeremy.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The song could have been so powerful that it cured illness.
I don't know what that was.
I'm just saying.
But it was fucked up. I don't know, like, I don't know if it wasn't racism.
It wasn't race. That wasn't racist.
No, it wasn't
Could
racism.
have been a white lady and
it was
walking.
like, I don't know what it was.
Was it
but
more offensive than his black grandma voice?
Don't call it. I don't have a black grandma.
Killer
voice.
Mike though for the win. This
Killer Mike.
Yeah.
That album
So
is
is this
dope.
album just an extension of the last one? In a
There's
sense?
some rehash stuff
Okay.
from the
some
previous,
remix.
but I really enjoyed, like, to me, and this probably might be offensive to some people, I don't know, but this album to me felt like what Friday does, and I don't know if it's like hip hop,
Gospel.
like spiritual, invigorating. I don't know.
You could hear it at church and it wouldn't be like
It
out
was
of
it was
place.
slap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shout out Mike.
yeah, shout out.
And I like
Killer
him
Mike.
keeping that energy off the Grammy win and just, you can tell his confidence is up also with what he's
Oh,
creating.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's so like let's get to it. So shout out to Mike.
No, I loved it. I haven't even gotten past like the 4th or 5th song really because I keep going back to that.
Bro,
Which
that's
song
it.
you keep going back to?
The one I
with
just
Anthony
said.
Hamilton.
Nobody knows with Anthony
Yeah.
Hamilton. It's
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like shout out to Anthony Hamilton too. Where the
Doesn't
fuck-
get enough love.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he got a couple classic hip hop records.
And you know it's his voice too. Like he's got
You
such
know
a
it's him.
distinct
Yeah,
voice.
he got a couple of records from hip hop that's classic. But go ahead.
I gotta give flowers to our guy Zoe Osama, who got a big shout out from Billie
Billie
Eilish as her favorite song. She called him Zoe, but you know what? That's besides the point.
Okay, for me, a song called Underrated by Zoe Osama.
Zoe Osama?
Zoe Osama.
What kind of music?
It's just rap. I don't
Rap,
know.
okay.
I literally don't know another song by the guy, but he's tight, and that song is fresh. And he rhymes up with up like 70 times. It's amazing. It's just catchy, and it's so vulgar and so good. It's so good. It's a really good song.
It's
I love
close
Zoe.
enough.
I love my hip hop.
From
I
the
love
East Side
Zoe.
with Love is out right
Yeah.
now.
But I'm actually tracking the streams. I want to see what the Billie Eilish
Stimulus
stimulus package
package?
is. Yeah, so I'll come back in a week and see how
Monthly
how that
listeners
does.
is 300 million. Doesn't mean it counts to one cell, so Elliott Wilson academics won't give a fuck.
And we won't weaponize Wilson.
Weaponized Wilson. That's funny.
Those are
You
mine.
only sold this much. The girl, listen, Layla or Lila, not my problem.
Oh yeah,
That's just not my
Mos
problem.
Def's daughter.
And she admitted she's Mos Def's daughter, so now you can leave her alone with that. And I think she's a very talented young lady. Like that was only her second song. And I'm late to the bandwagon, but I love that song. I love that she started doing press. She talked to the two Angelas, Ye and Martinez. and she
Angela Squared.
Angela Square, she knocked that out. And yeah, and that she's admitted that it was all about, you gotta admit, you Mos Def's daughter, you look like Mos Def, or you Mos Def's daughter. So, give the young lady some grace. And she's the daughter, proud husband, proud father. Mos is a proud father, she says. She has a burgeoning career, give her support. Also, that song, Cash Cobain sampling it, and everybody rapped over it. I still don't know what's gonna happen with that. But I like that record a lot, not my problem. So
And were you guys
Check
wrong
it out.
about Lil Yachty? You listened to Mike Will record and take everything back?
I did listen to the Mike Will record.
What-
I'm not mad at it.
I wasn't mad.
I'm not. It was higher, right? Yeah.
Mike Will.
Mike Will.
he acknowledged our shout out.
Yeah,
last
yeah. He
episode.
reposted
Shout
it.
out to Mike Will too. But
He said the best is yet to come. Fuck all that talking about my past.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Listen to
I
my
like
new
that.
shit.
I like that.
Don't stay in the past, DJ Head.
I wasn't mad at the Yachty.
You like the
on it.
Yachty's way?
I
like
wasn't
what he
mad
did.
at the
I like
That's
Yachty.
what he
the
did.
frustrating thing about Yachty. It's the consistency. It's like you say
You can be good when you want to.
no. I don't think he can control it. He doesn't know what's good from the bad. That's my issue.
Oh, he
with
doesn't
him.
know.
He doesn't know. He thinks everything is hitting. Just
Really?
like Drake. That's what.
There's
Maybe,
no way
maybe
he-
that's Drake talking to
Full
Yachty too
circle.
much. He's just shooting like John Starks
There's
again. Like
no
I
way
said,
he thinks that.
he thinks everything hits. That's why he keeps throwing it out. Yes.
Wow.
I
I
like
won't
thought,
even
I thought he was just like lackadaisical, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, take this.
No,
take
I
that.
think he thinks. I think he thinks he's a genius, and I think he is a little genius himself. But he just throwing. He thinks it's all magic, and that he's so versatile, and he wants to feed the people. He wants that respect. I guess the common thing to go back to the beginning is he's similar to Drake in that he has this constant need for recognition and say I'm the best and I'm out here and I'm active. And that's Yachty's turn has been that since he put out that like alternative rocky kind of album. He's been that in the culture. So
I want to
him and Drake are gonna keep firing records at us.
I want to issue a challenge to Mike Will.
He loved to issue a challenge.
Mike Will, give me something between
BPMs?
between 90.
Okay,
Mike
show
Will.
me how you count the beat. You said you could do it. You could
Give
show
me
us
something
how-
between 90 and 105 BPM, and I'll be impressed.
Can you play a song, Jeremy, that he can tell me what the BPMs is?
Play any
So
song
can
you
do
want.
it. Let's see.
Okay,
We're gonna test him. Jeremy will never say the N word, and DJ Head can always calculate a BPM
All right.
mentally.
What's the BPM on this one?
No,
Just go to the middle of the song.
Okay.
what?
It's about to drop.
Why are
The
we not
beat's about
playing
to
a rap
drop.
record?
Go
No,
to
my
go,
real ones
go
know
where's
this.
the beat.
Hold up.
Was
95?
no.
72. I don't even know. I'm just throwing numbers out. I don't know what I'm talking about.
First,
Now a break.
What song is this?
This is one of the classics.
Okay, DJ, how much time do you need?
Stop it. It's between.
How do we fact check them?
It's between one. You can Google it probably. It's between like 100 and 110. I don't know because of the. I have to listen to it more. No.
Is it a particular genre?
Hold on. One.
You have the answer, Jeremy?
I have the answer.
This is great. He's a savant, this DJ Head guy.
No, it's like one. Yeah, it's like one.
Wait a minute, Jeremy.
I don't know. I can't get it.
What?
Because it's like a rock song. It's like one. It's around like 108 or something.
Let's go!
It's really 108?
108 BPM, breaking free from High School Musical
DJ
soundtrack
Head.
is a moody song by
DJ
Troy
Head,
with a
West
tempo of
Coast.
108 BPM. This has been The Bigger Picture. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
I'm a DJ, bro.
Let's go.
You know how to do it? You want to know how to do it?
I don't want to learn the magic. I want
Okay.
to say
I want to
magic.
know.
You want to know?
Yeah.
So I know a tempo of every song from like 60 to 120, and I DJ in my head till I find it. So I'm blending songs. So I started at 100, which is Blow the Whistle. Then I went up to 105. Then I went up to 105,
This guy's Rain Man
which
and
is
shit.
like Freak a Leak. And then it was between Freak a Leak and Bruno Mars. And then I came down from Bruno Mars to 112 to like 110, which is like Nas and Genuine Owe Me. That's 110. And so it's Comfortable by K-Camp. And I was like, it's a little slower than that, but it's a little faster. And then I went to Worst Behavior, which is 112 or 110. And I know it's like a little slower than that. Then I went to Truffle Butter, which is 105. And then I went up from there. And that's how I got it between 105 and 110.
Going from Blow the Whistle to High School Musical
we
is an
said-
incredible.
We got to do it. We talked about this idea of doing a playlist, like a soundtrack to the episode.
Yeah.
We definitely got to do one of this episode.
Yeah, we got to. Yeah, there's a lot of songs, and we're ending with. Breaking
that's
Free.
very impressive, man. I'm proud to be your friend.
I'm a DJ, bro. That's why I be telling people. So Mike will.
There's a lot of whack DJs. that
There's a
can't do
lot
shit.
of whack DJs.
So that's say you're a DJ.
And there's a lot of DJs who aren't DJs. But
No shots.
Mike will. Give me something between 90 and 105, bro. I appreciate it.
What is the latest song? What's that? Is the BPMs in
I
that?
gotta listen to it. I don't know. But Mike Will lives in the 70s, and that he lives in the 70s.
Oh, so you want more up tempo stuff from Mike?
Yes.
Wow, that was. I'm still.
You're so proud of your guy.
I'm so proud.
I'm so proud of you.
I was. Yeah.
Guy, fella,
My
man.
brother.
Nah, you can't say that. He don't like that.
Okay, my
my
guys.
uncle, my brother.
Okay.
Baby.
No, I'm not saying that. She was mouthing shit that
Would
I
you
can't
mouth
say
the
out loud.
N-word to him? This is a
I
wild
thought that's
show,
what
man.
you mouthed.
Listen,
Oh,
we,
my
hitter.
No,
You say
hitter.
hitter.
She said, okay.
You say
okay,
hitter all
okay.
the time.
No, I
This
don't
is West
ever
Coast.
say hitter. I never
before
say that out loud.
Jeremy Hecht gets himself into the NCAA,
We appreciate
I'm sorry, the NAACP. This has been a bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
NAACP.
DJ Head, that was
That was
impressive,
awesome.
brother.